Well, from one game to the next here on this Thursday night at the Fargodome, it's football, not volleyball, coming your way here on KROX and our KROX live stream. We got the Section 8 3A championship now between the East Grand Forks GreenWave and the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels as DGF comes into this one of the best teams in the state, ranked second. They're 9-0 on the year. They are the 1 seed in Section 8 3A. As for East Grand Forks, they're the 3 seed. They were able to take care of Perham in the semifinals 24-21 to get to this game. They're 6-4 on the year, having won their last 3. So much to get into in a short amount of time because of the quick turnaround. So we're actually going to take a break right away here. When we come back, you'll hear from the head coach of East Grand Forks, Ryan Kasowski. We'll get his thoughts on this matchup, and then we'll break things down with the Knapp Crooks and Welding Machine starting lineups, along with the draft scoreboard update, and then kickoff will be coming your way a little after 8 o'clock on this Thursday night. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back with comments from Coach Kasowski after this. It's the Section 8 3A championship from the Fargodome on KROX and the KROX live stream.
It's always growing season here at United Valley Bank. We're focused on growth for our customers and communities, success for farms and businesses, and improvement for ourselves. Partner with us, and you'll see firsthand just how much the right hometown banking team can change your perspective. Together, there's no limit to the heights we can reach.
United Valley Bank, our roots make us stronger.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
Be ready this winter with Carhartt cold weather gear from Home of Economy. Carhartt clothing is engineered to outwork the cold, so you can get more done. It's never too cold for Carhartt. Find yours at Home of Economy. Visit the power tool experts at Home of Economy and see for yourself why so many pros choose Red. From the lumberyard to the backyard, Milwaukee Tools consistently deliver increased productivity and unmatched durability.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care.
Riverview Health is pleased to welcome Dr. Vanita Parikh to their team. Dr. Parikh is an experienced interventional pain management physician specializing in effective treatment options to increase functionality and comfort for daily living. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595. Dr. Parikh is seeing patients in both the Crookston and East Grand Forks clinics.
Riverview Health.
With the fall season right around the corner, Grove Mechanical in Crookston is ready to prepare you for winter. They suggest having your heating system serviced regularly to keep things running smoothly. A skilled technician will clean and service your heating equipment to ensure safe and efficient operation. It's never too early to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Before the cold sets in, call Grove Mechanical today, your hometown heating and cooling professionals. Give them a call, 218-281-3863, or visit their website, grovemech.com.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small-town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Inside the Riverview Health pregame show, now joined with the head coach of East Grand Forks, Ryan Kasowski. And Coach, congrats on a great season. Here you are in a section championship. Take us back to the game last week against Perham, where you were able to get the win, move on to this game. What did you do well, and what did you like from the boys?
I thought we came into that game with a great mindset. we were a lot more physical than we were the first time around against those guys a couple weeks ago. And, we knew we had to run the football. We knew we had to, control the line of scrimmage and control the clock. And then, defensively, we played really well. It was really a 24/7 game up until about 6 minutes left. And then they scored one and then got an onside and scored again. But other than those couple things at the end, I thought defensively we played really well. I just think it was a mindset. I just think we came into that game determined and really hungry, and it was just great to see all of our guys.
So when we watched you play earlier this year, it was against Crookston. You had a nice balance that game of a run, pass, attack. I mean, you won the game on a Hail Mary, so obviously you can throw the football. Has that been the case throughout the remainder of the season? Do you feel like you do have a pretty good balance offensively?
Well, yeah, we do. We just, we pride ourselves on running the football. We like to run the football, but it's, it's not because we can't throw the football. I think that sometimes becomes the case with some teams, is they run because they can't throw, and that's not really our case. We just, that's kind of our bread and butter, and we like to do that. But we've got some really talented wide receivers. We've got a really good quarterback in Drew Carpenter, and we definitely feel like that's an area that we can have success in.
Looking ahead to this matchup now against DGF, you're going to be playing in the Fargodome turf. It's a great place to play. I'm sure the boys are excited about that. Do you try to make sure that they stay focused on the task at hand, and at the same time make sure that they take this for everything that it is and don't take it for granted?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we want to enjoy the moments. We want our guys to enjoy it and have fun. And, the big thing, we're going to get there early. We're going to get there at about 5:30, just so that we can kind of get used to the elements a little bit, and, take that time to look around and, kind of take it all in, so that when it comes time for us to play, we're kind of accustomed to it, and we're not so, starstruck or whatever. So, we're going to kind of do the things we can to get there at an early enough time to where we take it all in and enjoy it. And then when it comes time to kick off, we're ready to go.
DGF, according to the rankings, at least one of the better teams in the state. They've had some close games recently, though, so they are obviously a little susceptible. I don't know if you had a chance to play them in the regular season or not, but what is it about them you think that'll present a challenge for you?
Yeah, they're really good at what they do, and it's double tight. It's diamond three backs in the backfield. It's run the football at you, and they're just really good at it. And it's very physical, and it's whoever can win the line of scrimmage and have success that way is gonna be successful. So that's kind of what it comes down to. And defensively, they don't give up a lot of points either. So overall, a good football team, and it's we played them tough in the regular season. It was a 22-12 game, and we just know we got to fix a couple things and match the physicality and just make sure we're ready to go.
All right, Coach, I'll end it with this. Give me 2 keys for a win and a trip to the state tournament.
We got to control the football. We know that. We can't go 3 and out. We got to make sure that we're sustaining drives, we're getting points on the board, and I think it's going to be really important that we force a turnover too. Whether that's an interception or a fumble or anything like that. I think we've got to get ourselves a turnover defensively, and I think that can swing the game in our favor.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Congrats again on reaching this point, and best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That is the coach of the East Grand Forks GreenWave joining us here in the pregame show, Ryan Kosowski. We appreciate his time as always. They're announcing the starting lineups right now. We'll take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we will have the opening kickoff between the Rebels and the GreenWave here for the Section 8 3A title and a trip to the state tournament. It's from the Fargodome. You're listening to the Section 8 3A championship on KROX.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Minnesota high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
And we'll welcome you back here to the Fargodome Y. Morrell, Tom Lees on Bo Melby, Chris Fee, ready to bring you this Section 8 3A championship between the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels and the East Grand Forks GreenWave. Time for a quick draft scoreboard update brought to you by Draft Sports Bar and Grill in Crookston on this taco-inspired Thursday. They do, in fact, do taco-inspired dishes on Thursday over there at Drafts right across from the Crookston Sports Center off of Fisher Avenue. Fertile Trammy, they took care of Black Duck in the Section 6 9-man championship, 46-14. Kitson County Central handled Goodridge Grigla in Section 8 9-man, 35-20. And it was Red Lake County falling to Monoman Waban in the Section 8A championship moments ago, 32-0. This is the fourth and final game of the day from the Fargodome. East Grand Forks, they have the ball teed up there, kicking left to right to get this one started. So DGF will receive the ball first. Drew Carpenter has the ball teed up. They've got their white uniforms, black pants, green helmets, black numbers on the jerseys. And here we go. The lefty, Drew Carpenter, bangs it away down the field. And a nice high kick fielded at the 5-yard line. A little reverse now at the 10. Boy, he's got nowhere to go, and he's going to be tackled inside the 15. A little bit of trickery, and it backfires on the Rebels early. They'll be backed up starting this first drive at the 13-yard line. The Napa Crooks and Welding Machine starting lineups for DGF. They are led by senior quarterback number 10, Owen Leach. The running backs are number 1, Jordan Summers, number 33, Nick Wally. The tight ends, number 7, Brody O'Keefe, number 27, the junior Thomas Thurin, and then up on the line, it's junior Aiden Eden, senior Victor Sosa, senior Bryce Fisher, senior Colton Wagner, and senior Max Baumgartner. So a lot of experience on this DGF team. They are number 2 in the state, 9-0, but of their 9 wins, 4 of them by single digits, so they do play some close games. A little pistol formation here. One guy in the backfield on 1st and 10 from the 13. Straight handoff to the right side. Plowing his way forward across the 15. Stood up there. Forward progress marked down at the 17. That's Jordan Summers. A game of 4. And we say hello to Chris Fee, working his way down on the sidelines. Chris, a little bit different down there than up here, huh?
Yes, I can see.
That's a start.
No, it's obviously we go from Class A to 3A, and you have the teams. There's probably double the triple the amount of players on the sidelines. The size is quite noticeable, and this should be a heck of a high school football game.
It was 22-12 in the regular season. DGF got the win. Another play here on 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Leach has got a man open. He's got him at the 30. That'll be out across the 32. And a gain of about 15 and a first down. He found his man, I believe. That was number 7 coming down with the reception, Brody O'Keefe.
Well, O'Keefe, fantastic athlete, and he just got wide open. There was nobody close to him, and all you had to do is just lob it in there, just like what happened, and breakdown on coverage for sure.
Yeah, Luke Blazik was the closest one to him, and it was over the reach of his arm. So a nice start after being backed up, 1st and 10. You know, part of the reason the Rebels may be playing so many close games, they go a little bit slower offensively as they run this one out to the left, banging his way. Summers, good job by East Grand Forks, though. In there to make the stop was number 65. That's Caleb Zedlik, and it'll be 2nd down and about 8.
Well, Zedlik, he's a fantastic athlete as well. He was over, and good pursuit. A short gain on the play. Make it 2nd and long.
What do you think the keys are for both these teams today, Chris?
Well, what we've seen so far in the first couple of games is you're going to have to take care of the ball, number 1, first and foremost. Number 2 is who's going to come up with the big stops on big plays or come up with the big play.
Same formation. He'll take the snap, hand off to Summers to the right side, tries to bounce it outside, does a good job getting across the 35. He's wrapped up at the 36. Another gain of 2, and it's going to be 3rd down and 6 upcoming.
Yeah, and on the tackle there was Tanner Nowaki.
So that'll bring up 3rd down 6. This defense for East Grand Forks as we take a look at their starting lineup here today. Up front, or in the back secondary, the corners are Cooper Smith, Damian Bashaw. The safeties, Ryan Taylor, Levi Anderson. Linebackers, Cole Bees and Tanner Nowaki, Caleb Zedlik. And then up front, Sam Schumacher, Benny Bouchy, Sam Frost, and Luke Blazik. 3rd down and 6. There's the snap. A little drop play out to the right across the 35. He's going to be stopped short of the line of game. It was Brody Friend on his first carry of the game. He got 3, but he needed 6, and it's going to bring up 4th and 3.
Well, great pursuit there by the East Grand Forks GreenWave. And, well, that looks like the punting unit is coming out for Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton, although it is their quarterback.
It is,
as well.
yep. Leach is the one that does the punting. It's 4th and 3, so watch for a fake. But if you get the football, what a start for East Grand Forks, getting a quick stop. So we'll see what they decide to do here. East Grand Forks playing it kind of conservative by the looks of it. Doesn't look like they're going to come after it. Here's the snap. He takes a couple steps forward. Whoa, high kick straight into the air. And it's going to be fair caught and fumbled on the muff, and DGF has it. Oh, I tell you what, Cooper Smith should have let that one bounce. He had to come up a good 10, 15 yards to try and field that punt. And because of that, he muffed it. DGF has it. It's Caleb Johnson on the recovery. It'll be 1st and 10 Rebels from the 44 of the GreenWave.
That is a tough one because he didn't have to get it, and I appreciate the hustle trying to make the play. But that, if you can't get it for sure, you got to just let it bounce, and DGF will get the ball right back.
One of the biggest things Coach Kosowski mentioned in his pregame interview, we got to get a fumble or an interception, not the other way around. So tough start there. And now the ball at the rather 46, 47-yard line. Leach, handoff up the middle to Summers. Another nice tackle right away, maybe after a yard, as Blazik, not Blazik, that was Zedlick back there again after a gain of 1.
So Zedlick, a nice, bear hugged him around the waist and brought him down. Nice play, and they are really anticipating the running plays well, East Grand Forks' defense is.
Well, so far, 5 runs to just 1 pass for DGF in the game. 9 yards on 4 carries for Jordan Summers. It'll be 2nd and 9. We'll see if they can take advantage of the good field position here.
Well, Leach, a fantastic athlete. He's going to Minnesota Duluth next year to play basketball for the Bulldogs.
Wow. Well, we'll see if he's just as good on the football field. Certainly can tell he's his athlete. He's back to pass here. He turns his body. He's under pressure, tries to step up, gets away, and now he's going to go down back at the 49-yard line. Boy, he couldn't escape it for long. Finally getting him down in the backfield there. I believe on the tackle was, I want to say, Jordan Nowaki?
It was Bees.
It was Bees, you're right.
Yep, he came over, and good pursuit. He was following the play, and the GreenWave defense has come up very solid here in the first, a little over 4 minutes. 7:36 left in this first quarter.
This would be huge if you can make sure they don't capitalize on that muff punt. It'll be 3rd down and 12. They got to get to the GreenWave 37. They're going right to left across your radio dial. Pistol formation, 4 receivers, 2 right, 2 left. Snap a little low. He gathers, 5-man rush, steps up again, nowhere to go, and he's going to be brought down again. Another loss on the play. Another sack. It was Buys again.
A coverage sack there. Great job by the defensive backs. They were all over, stride for stride with the receivers. And another huge stop. And this time, I think it's safe to say, if you can't catch it, the receiver's not going to be going for it here for the GreenWave.
Yeah, no question. It actually is. It Smith. It is
Cooper
still
Smith.
So
Yep.
they do put him back out there. Hopefully a confidence boost for him, saying they still trust him. The punt, by the way, was about, I want to say, 25 yards last time he punted. Here's the punt again, a much better one. Here's the fair catch around the 30, and he secures this one this time, and we will see that GreenWave offense for the first time here today. So the Knapp Kirkswell machine starting lineup for them. Again, a quick turnaround, so we didn't get a chance to get to it in the pregame show. Quarterback Drew Carpenter. The running backs are Caleb Schmiedeberg, Levi Anderson. The fullback Clyde Anderson. The wide receivers Cooper Smith, Damian Bouchard. Up front, the offensive linemen Zach Juke, Benny Boucher, Logan Denault, and Caden Van Noy, and then Caleb Zedlick as well. They will go left to right here, 6:38 to go in the first quarter. First offensive possession for them in the football game. They'll come under center, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Quarterback sneak right away up the gut for Carpenter. They try to push the pile, maybe 2-3 yards. A conservative play on first down and a positive gain. I've seen a lot of teams in high school, more so this year, Chris, run that play where it's just a sneak on first down. It's interesting.
Yeah, I suppose you try to catch them off guard a little bit there and see if you can find an opening. And they do get a couple of yards. I think it's just, I'm assuming, not knowing exactly why they're doing it, but just to get that quarterback center, just a quick snap, and then make sure you get that first snap under the belt, and now you can go. Get those hands warmed up.
Trips down to the right as Carpenter comes under center. 2nd and 7 after the 3-yard gain. Toss out to the right here, and DGF was all over it. He's across the 35. They'll push the pile to about the 38-yard line. So he'll get a gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd down and 4. So a nice physical end of the run there for Levi Anderson. It'll be 3rd and 3. Now taking a look at the DGF defense here today. Again, per Crooks and Welding Machine defense.
I think that was actually Schmiedeberg.
8 or 9?
9. It's very hard to tell even from my vantage point.
All right, we're going to give it to Schmiedeberg then for a gain of 4. And as we were saying, our defense for DGF up front, the nose guard is Victor Sosa, Max Bumgartner, Colton Wagner, and Brody O'Keefe are up there. And then the linebackers, Nick Wally, Ethan Hellerud, Caleb Johnson. The secondary, Jordan Summers, Brody Friend, Drew Sheely, and Owen Leach. Under center, 3rd and 4, trips out to the left this time. Man in motion, Schmiedeberg, he gets it. He's trying to get to the edge. DGF rallies, though, and wrap him up for a loss of 1 on the play. We know that time it was Schmiedeberg, and it's going to be 4th down, and I would guess the GreenWave are going to go 3 and out and punt this one away.
Well, the pursuit by Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton is phenomenal there on that first series. Anytime the GreenWave, the 2 times they tried to get to the outside, there was not much going at all.
I get the sense this is going to be a low-scoring game like we saw in the regular season. Already almost 8 minutes gone in this opening quarter, no score. GreenWave punting back to punt this one away. Carpenter, he will take a high snap, step forward, left-footed kick, a high kick.
Wow.
It's going to drive the Rebel back. Fair catch signaled for at the 23. That is a punt of 41 yards. Summers does fair catch it, and they'll take over inside their 25-yard line. Nice job by Carpenter.
Not only a deep punt, but a nice high punt to allow the coverage to get down there and force that fair catch.
Yeah, absolutely. Good hang time. So the Rebels, no score, take back over here. Ball on their own 22-yard line to start their 3rd drive of the game. A couple of punts thus far here tonight. They could not take advantage of a GreenWave muff punt. So we remain scoreless. They'll go right to left. They've got the black uniforms on, black pants, kind of the silver helmets, or is that just the glare from up here? Are those silver?
There's a silver lining. There is a silver stripe right down the middle and then silver numbers.
Yeah, that's all you can see from up here because of how bright it is off of the glare. Leach takes the snap. It Summers off to the right hash. He breaks 1 tackle, gets to the 24, and is stopped there, a gain of 2. So again, East Grand Forks not given much up front on this ground attack early on.
Yeah, we haven't seen much for solo tackles here. The GreenWave doing a great job of getting 2, 3, 4 guys in on the tackle to make sure that they don't break one.
Again, this is the Section 8 3A championship between Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton and East Grand Forks from the Fargodome. We're under 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. No score. DGF a 2nd and 8 upcoming. DGF beat East Grand Forks 22 to 12, back in week 4 of the regular season. At pistol formation, 2 guys, 1 to his right, 1 left, and Summers in the backfield. Leach takes the snap, straight run to the left this time. Lead blockers in front. He's got room to the 30, breaks a tackle, gets to the 35, and is tripped up there. That's a 1st down and a gain of 11, and there's that athleticism we were talking about with Leach.
Yeah, he had a couple, his running backs were blockers ahead of him, and he just followed them and then saw a little opening and cut it up. Nice play.
Yeah, Leach now, because of the 2 sacks with his 3rd carry, now has 3 yards on the ground. That's the 2nd 1st down of the football game for DGF. So the ball will be placed right at the 35-yard line of Gates Citibank Field on the left hash.
And I'm pretty certain that Coach Kosowski played here a couple times.
Okay.
When he played for UND.
So he's familiar. Straight drop back, throw out into the flats, and that one's incomplete. Hit him right in the chest. Summers maybe was a little low, but he should have came up with it, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was an old-fashioned case of looking up the field before you caught the ball, because he was looking up and not watching the ball go into his hands. Went off the chest in an incomplete pass.
And the student section, lend them hear it, saying Butterfingers there behind you. And,
I thought they were just saying that's their favorite candy.
It's a good candy, Halloween candy, just came and went, but yeah, no, that's one. Honestly, East Grand Forks had it covered pretty well. I'm not sure it would have went for much. They were there rallying to the ball. So it'll be 2nd and 10, 3:12 to go. Pistol formation, everyone up front. A little fake, and now a handoff given to the right side, cutting up the middle in between the hashes to the 40-yard line on his 1st carry of the football game. That was number 22, Casey Majewski. And so, assuming that's how you pronounce it, I have no idea.
Majeski, I bet.
Majeski? All right, we're going to go Majeski. He was not one of the starters, so already going back into their bench a little bit here. Gain of 5 for him, though, for Majeski.
I'm just going with Majeski with my Stephen Argyle pronunciations.
That's good enough for me. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. So gain of 5, and it's a 3rd down and manageable now for DGF. We'll see if they can move the sticks. There's the snap. It's a handoff to Summers, right side, tries to cut it back on the turf. He's got the 1st down as he gets across the 45 to the 47. He slipped on the turf, kept his balance though, and gets a gain of 7 yards. Nice run.
Yeah, used that left hand, the free hand, to keep himself from falling, and was able to push himself back up and end up getting the 1st down.
That's a couple of 1st downs on this drive now as the offense starting to settle in a little bit now for the Rebels. No score. The ball moved out to the 47-yard line here, right on that Bison logo. They got 7 guys in the box here to do the GreenWave, crowding the line of scrimmage. There's no question the Rebels want to run the football. They'll give it to the right side this time, and East Grand Forks string it out. No gain on the play, as finishing off the hit there for the tackle was Sam Frost. That's the second carry for Brody Friend today, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I'm always surprised. Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton, not a very big crowd for being a 3A school.
Yeah.
Fertile Beltrami probably doubled at least, or maybe even tripled the size of theirs. And Fertile Beltrami combined has 1,000 people total. So
I'll give credit to the student section. They're decent down there, but as far as the crowd
take
goes
away
up
the students,
above,
they've got nothing.
Yeah, no, I would agree. So that brings up 2nd down and 10, but
they're 5 miles away.
Smaller towns, I guess. I don't know.
Yep,
More
community
means
pride.
more. So dropping back to pass on the play fake. He's got a man at the 50 in the flat. He makes a man miss, gets to the 45. They finish the hit off there after a gain of about 8 yards, as in the flat there, coming up with the reception that time for DGF was Caleb Johnson. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, this is a big play here for the defense, for the GreenWave. See if they can come up with a stop, and in a perfect scenario, maybe even a loss of yards.
It could be 4-down territory now that they're into East Grand Forks territory. Leach now 2 for 3, 23 yards, pistol formation. They're going to try and ground and pound here, 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's the snap. East Grand Forks coming up the middle. It's Summers to the right side. Fights his way for the 1st down. Keeps his legs turning across the 40, 39. They'll mark him all the way down to the 37. A gain of 8, his best run, and their 3rd 1st down on the drive.
Well, Ryan Taylor got in and tried to make the tackle, but he wasn't quite set to make the tackle. I think he was surprised that he got through like he did, and just got pushed backwards, and that allowed about 4 or 5 extra yards.
This has been a common theme in all our games today. One team controlling the first quarter of play. I mean, East Grand Forks has ran 3 plays. DGF at the moment has ran 16. This will be number 17, and this could be the last play of the quarter. Ball on the 37. Leach in the pistol, takes the snap. They'll run a little draw play up to the left side, banging his way across the 35, down inside the 30, and fighting to about the 28, just shy of the 1st down. Solid run there for Caleb Johnson, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 1 when we come back, because that is going to be the end of the first quarter of play. We're flying right along here in the last game of the day from the Fargodome. No score after 1. DGF on the move, though. You're listening to the Section 8 3A Championship here on KROX.
You're watching Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream. It's brought to you in part by Riverview Health, American Crystal Sugar Company, CHS Egg Services, Christian Brothers Ford, Bremer Bank, Grove Mechanical, Crookston Eye Clinic and Foston Eye Clinic, Crookston Valley Co-op, Hugo's Family Marketplace, United Valley Bank, the Benedictine Living Community, Villa St. Vincent, Ottertail Power Company, Crookston School District, Cess Vanderhoff, Andy Omen State Farm, the City of Crookston, and Tri-Valley Head Start, all bringing you Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream.
And we welcome you back to the Fargodome. Wyatt Morrell here on the call. We start the second quarter, 2nd and 1 for DGF as they're moving now left to right. The ball is at the East Grand Forks 28-yard line as we start this second quarter. They ran 17 plays in that first 12 minutes. East Grand Forks just 3. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Summers, he cuts back to the right, made a nice move, but East Grand Forks, again, gang tackling there. Multiple guys in on the stop. It's a gain of 1, and this is going to be very close to a 1st down.
Well, the first person through it to make the initial tackle was Maverick Martin.
So he'll get credit for the tackle, or at least half a tackle. They do give him the 1st down, a run of 1 for Summers. 5 first downs now for the Rebels today. East Grand Forks, of course, with just the 1 possession and a 3 and out. They don't have any. Well, at the 27-yard line here, again, that same pistol formation, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, and Summers the lone back behind Leach. He takes the snap, hands it off, straight up the middle with a dive, big hole, 20, and oh boy, tackle him at the feet to save a touchdown. Nice job there by Ryan Taylor. Otherwise, Summers was going to the end zone. He still gets a 1st down and a gain of 11.
Up to the 16-yard line, and they're going to make a substitution here. And I don't see a lot of hands on the thighs. So I don't see either team really gassed yet, and both teams are pretty deep, obviously, so that's probably part of it.
Well, the Rebels' offensive line starting to make their presence felt, though, no question about that. Their best drive of the football game here. Ball on the right hash, 16-yard line. Summers again. He's at the 15, cuts back. A beautiful cut to the 10, and tripped up again by Taylor. Around near the first down, near the 6-yard line. I think it'll be just short. It'll be another 9-yard run. Boy, he's heating up now. 10 carries for 47 yards.
Yeah, just shy of the first down by a yard. But again, we're starting to see some larger holes for the DGF running backs, and that was a perfect example there.
Well, Ryan Taylor has saved 2 touchdowns now with a couple of tackles. We'll see if the defense, they've bent quite a bit on this drive. Can they not break and get a stop here? Second one from the 6. Leach in the pistol, looks around, gets them set. 12 seconds to get the snap off. Ball on the right hash, takes the snap. Summers again, straight dive to the right. He's got the first down inside the 5, and he's got more than that. He's got 6, and a touchdown for the Rebels on a 6-yard score with 10:32 to go in the second quarter.
Well, a great start for Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton. They had, well, this is their best drive, obviously, but they've taken advantage of the opportunity that they've had, and they have absolutely dominated possession time in this first half thus far.
They've ran over 20 plays. East Grand Forks just 3. That was a 78-yard drive, a 6-yard touchdown run for Summers. And now an extra point on the way here for DGF. As lining up to kick it here is Hulf. Snap good, spot down, kick is up, and the kick is good. A line drive kick, but he does get it through there, so Hayden Hoff makes it 7-0. We'll take a 30-second break. East Grand Forks getting the football back here after this. 10:32 to go until half. 7-0 DGF in the Section 8 3A championship.
You're watching Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream. It's brought to you in part by Riverview Health, American Crystal Sugar Company, CHS Egg Services, Christian Brothers Ford, Bremer Bank, Grove Mechanical, Crookston Eye Clinic and Foston Eye Clinic, Crookston Valley Co-op, Hugo's Family Marketplace, United Valley Bank, the Benedictine Living Community, Villa St. Vincent, Ottertail Power Company, Crookston School District, Cess Vanderhoff, Andy Omen State Farm, the City of Crookston, and Tri-Valley Head Start, all bringing you Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream.
Tee the ball up at his 40-yard line. East Grand Forks now trailing in the football game. Cooper Smith is back to receive the kick. Joining him back there is Damian Bashaw. As they went 3 and out the only time they touched the football in this game, and you don't want to play from behind against a team like DGF, that's for sure. So here we go. Hoff has it teed up. Here's the right-footed kick. Another line drive in between the hashes. Bounces at 30. Down to the 20, through the arms. It's a fumble. They'll pick it up there inside the 15, and they'll just have to get as much they can back from it, and they'll do that up to the 19. As fumbling that one was Jordan Nowaki, and Nowaki gets some of it back. They'll start at their own 19-yard line. Almost another catastrophic mistake on special teams there for the GreenWave, but thankfully they'll take over here, and they'll have to go 81 yards. So they'll go right to left here after the 3 and out. It was 2 carries for Schmiedeberg for 3 yards. Carpenter added 1 himself for 3 on that opening drive. They'll come to the line of scrimmage here. DGF, big, fast, physical. Not an easy team to move the football on. 1 receiver to the left, that's Cooper Smith. 1 up top to the right. Under center here is Carpenter. Tight end offset to the left. Man in motion. He'll take the snap. He'll give a little dive play up the gut. Nice run here across the 20, out near the 25. A physical end of the run as well. And that was Clyde Anderson on the carry. So Clyde Anderson on his first carry of the football game gets 6 yards, a guy that we called a lot in that Crookston game, remember. And for those that remember listening and watching the Crookston game, it took a Hail Mary for East Grand Forks to get the win. Now here they are in a section championship about a month later. They can definitely throw. We've seen that from Carpenter this year. See when they want to open the playbook up. 2nd and 4, a nice gain on first down. They'll send a man in motion. That's Frost. They'll hand it off up the middle. Boy, and Schmiedeberg's going backwards. He got hit right away. He does fight, twist, spin around, get back to the 25. But in there right away, making the stop and the tackle, I believe was Max Bumgartner. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. So no gain on the play for Schmiedeberg on his 3rd run of the day. He's now averaging 1 yard a carry, 3 carries for 3 yards. They are 0 for 1 on 3rd downs here today. This will be their 6th play of the football game, 9:15 and counting in the second quarter, and you get the sense a first down could go a long ways here try and even flip the field on this possession. You don't want to get backed up and give DGF good field position. Split tailbacks, here's the snap. He'll drop back to pass, find his man in the middle on the hook route. It's going to be a first down as hauling it in and getting 6 yards, taking a beating while doing it. But a nice job by Sam Schumacher, and they'll move the sticks. It was a quick little hook route on the left hash. Schumacher secured it, and on the first pass of the day for Drew Carpenter, he gets a 6-yard little pitch and catch, and they move the sticks. So Schumacher, a guy to keep an eye on here today, one of their leading receivers on the year. They definitely like to ground and pound. Coach Kosowski, there we go, mentioned that in the pregame show. So far, that's what we've seen for the most part, that just being the first pass. They'll come to the line, 2 receivers off to the left here, again under center formation, ball on the 31, and there was some movement up front. This is going to be the first flag of the football game, and I think it's going to back the GreenWave up 5 yards. Oh, delay a game. Wow, they didn't get the snap off. I thought there was some movement. Either way, backs them up 5 yards. That is the first penalty of the game on either team, and it took almost 16 minutes of game time to get us it. So it'll be 1st and 15, ball on the 26-yard line here of the GreenWave. Still trailing 7-0 here in this football game. They'll take the snap. They'll hand it off up the gut, and that one's going for maybe 2 yards on the play for Anderson. Another short run on first down. He's got 2 carries, 8 yards now, and that'll set up a 2nd and 13 now. So 3 carries for Schmiedeberg, 2 for Anderson, 1 for Carpenter. They'll take their time here in between plays, 7:48 to go until halftime. Ball on the right hash. Just flying along here in this first half from the Fargodome. We expect a low-scoring game, and that's what we have so far. East Grand Forks 2nd down now and a long 13. Another man in motion is Smith, dropping back to pass. They have a screen set up. Oh, that was into heavy traffic. Gets caught, 30-35. Schumacher 40 and fights his way. It took 3 Rebels to get him down. It's a gain of 14 and a first down.
And boy, there was a couple opportunities there. They had Schmiedeberg coming out of the backfield. He was wide open to the right side, but that was strictly a screen pass the entire way. And as he said, threw it into traffic. Nice catch, catching it up in the air before it started to come down so nobody could intercept it. And that turned from a oh no to a oh yes, great play.
Schumacher, big physical body there in the middle, did a great job to get the yards after the catch too. 1st and 10, ball on the 42. Under center's Carpenter. He'll hand it off to the right side. Anderson makes one man miss and gets across the 45 for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. A nice run there for Anderson. Will give him 5.
Well, you mentioned Carpenter. I just saw his dad on the sideline. He's coached girls basketball at Warren Alvarado Oslo and football for many years there before taking the job at East Grand Forks. So good family and good to see him every once. We see him a little more now that he's in East Grand Forks.
Well, that's the great part about up here. All the different faces, the different schools, how they're connected, intertwined. Well, he's 2nd and 5 now. Carpenter sends Smith in motion out from right to left. He's the only receiver in the formation. They'll keep it on the ground again. Left side this time. Following his lead blocker is Schmiedeberg out to midfield. It'll be 3rd down and 2 as he stopped there by the Rebels in on the tackle there that time. And we'll give credit to number 22, Casey Majeski, and it'll be a 3rd down and 2.
Well, and 6:05 remaining here in this first half of play. Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton leading 7-0. And if the GreenWave can answer here as they get to midfield, that would be huge going in.
Now they're finally keeping that defense for the Rebels out there on the field too, making them work a little bit. 3rd down and 2 at the 50. They need the 48. Carpenter under center. It's a 5-man front for the Rebels. And they do a hard count. Almost got him to jump. Not quite. They got 7 seconds to snap still. Carpenter looks around, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Now with 2 seconds to snap. It's a quarterback sneak up the middle, makes a man miss. He's got the first down to about the 47, a 3-yard gain. Excellent job of maneuvering his body there in between and getting the first down.
Well, I like the hard count there, and they almost got him. Some of the GreenWave fans weren't happy that there was no flag, but the defense can move as long as you don't cross the line.
That's their 3rd first down on the drive. They only have 45 total yards of offense, but it's effective right now. Their best drive of the game. This is only their 2nd drive of the game. as DGF gets a quick sub in there. The ball on the 47-yard line. And yeah, only trailing 7-0 right in this game. It's been a fun one so far here in this first half.
I have to say, pretty nice crowd here for the GreenWave faithful, and the student body is fantastic.
They'll send a man in motion and hand it off up the middle. Again, not a surprise. Here's Anderson fighting his way forward, and he'll get 6 more. Offensive line creating holes, but I'm really impressed at how physical these running backs have been as well for East Grand Forks.
Well, it's a nice combo. You have the offensive line who's really starting to impose their will on the defensive line of Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton, and then those running backs are just like another lineman coming through. They're looking for physicality.
Anderson, 4 carries for 19 yards. He is the leading rusher here for the GreenWave tonight. We approach 4:30 to go until halftime. This is a nice little 5-minute drive and counting, rather 6 minutes, because they scored with 10:30, so a beautiful drive here for East Grand Forks. They'll come up under center once again and send a man in motion. They'll hand it off of the middle to Schmiedeberg, another nice hole over the right side, and he's got a first down and give him 7 yards on the play to the 34-yard line.
And Schmiedeberg, not the biggest of players or even close to it, but he is so physical as well, and he just lowers his shoulder and gets right through, falls forward, and gets an extra yard or 2 because of it.
Now, Schmiedeberg, he wasn't used very much at Crookston in that game we got to watch him play, but it just shows the depth that this GreenWave team has, as he's had 5 rushes already tonight. This is going to be the 11th play of the drive, so an impressive drive and march down the field. It started at their own 19, now on DGF's 34. Man in motion again, Anderson. They'll go to Schmiedeberg. That time DGF got him. He still fights forward, falls ahead, gets 2 yards, but in the backfield right away there to make the tackle was Brody O'Keefe.
Well, that's what good backs can do. They fall forward. You don't see many backs in the NFL falling backwards, and when you're a good running back, you have that momentum going. That means you're going at a pretty good clip, and he gets, what, 2 yards?
We'll give him 2. To the 32-yard line. He's got 15 in total. They've only had about 1 play that's gone backwards all game. So they are finding a way to stay on track, stay ahead of the sticks. 2nd and 8. 2 receivers out to the right. Carpenter under center again. Can DGF find a way to force him into a 3rd and long? They'll go straight up the gut on a dive play again for Anderson, and wrapping him up was O'Keefe and throwing him down before he could reach the 30. It's a gain of just 1. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Well, a nice job by the defensive line that time, and the linebackers to fill in. And not much going on that play for East Grand Forks, one of the few that haven't worked well on this drive.
It's going to be 3rd and 7 from the 31-yard line. They'll need the 24 to convert. 2:48 to go until half. Both teams, as you start to think strategy-wise, have all their timeouts remaining here in this first half. Man, we have just flown by here in the first half of this football game. Not even 40 minutes of game time. Honestly, we started later than 8 o'clock, I think. So
yeah, it was a few minutes late, but I have to give credit to these guys in the Region 8. They are keeping this baby rolling all day long, and now a timeout is going to be called by East Grand Forks.
So they'll talk things over. We'll take a 30-second break. 3rd and 7 when we come back. 2:25 to go in the second. 7-0 DGF in the Section 8 3A championship on KROX. And we're back, 3rd and 7 here off the East Grand Forks timeout. 2:25 to go. Shotgun for Carpenter, a big 3rd down. He'll roll out to the right. He's looking to throw. He looks back to the left. He's got a man there, and it is caught inside the 20. There was pass interference on the play as well, and he still grabbed it and secured it for the 1st down. What a catch. And he absorbed the contact as well. What do we got there? Number 84, I believe, for the GreenWave. And that would be Zach Caravu.
Well, that was no, that was
24.
24. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Damian Bashaw. That makes more sense.
And Bashaw, what a catch. He was hit before he caught the ball. And it was a bang-bang play, but he was definitely hit before. Made a great catch, and well, there's going to be declining the penalty here because they're going to take the first down.
Yeah,
unless the penalty is longer, but
I think it's a 15-yard gain, so either way, I think it should be at the 16-yard line. He got clobbered, and that is great concentration to hold on to that football. We'll see here. They'll just decline it, take it at the 16-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 in the red zone, 2:15 to go. And an opportunity for East Grand Forks to knot this thing up with a score and a PAT. Well, Carpenter 3 for 3 now through the air, 35 yards. He's found 2 different receivers. Schumacher for 20 yards, Bashaw for that last one of 15. Clock continues to roll, ball between the hash marks. Carpenter under center. They'll run it to the right side. Anderson follows his lead blocker inside the 15. Not much more after that. Now a late flag comes in as well on this play.
No, that wouldn't be on the holding. That might be a face mask, possibly.
Face mask or something extra as the play continued on, but
or a late holding call.
That'd be a very late holding call because they already had him wrapped up and were bringing him down.
Well, it looks like they're going to be marching it forward here, so that's going to go against DGF, I would believe.
They are looking over to Coach Kosowski and saying, "What do you want to do here?" So we'll wait to get the official call, but good news, I think, coming for the GreenWave.
Personal foul, face mask, so half the distance.
Yeah, you're all over it. It'll be half the distance inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the GreenWave. Man, what an impressive drive going on 8 minutes now here for East Grand Forks, marching the football right down the field. For DGF, that is their first penalty of the football game. It'll be a total, because it's half the distance to the goal, of 9 yards only. And here we go. It'll be 1st and goal from the 7. Under center's Carpenter. He's got one receiver to the right, split tailbacks Anderson and Schmiedeberg. They'll get the call to the left side, and Schmiedeberg bumps off his own guy. Maybe got a yard, but I don't know if he did, as DGF all over that. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, DGF, well, I should say Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton. Can't DG and EGF.
That's true.
But Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton came up the right side of the defensive line. They were ready for that play and stacked that up nicely.
So it'll be ball on the 7-yard line here. It's going to be a 2nd down and goal. 1:25 and counting. I'm surprised Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton didn't use a timeout there, because they could have got the ball back with some time, but now that clock continues to roll. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, 8 seconds to get the snap. Carpenter has it. He's back to pass, clean pocket, fires over the middle. Oh, that's intercepted, and it might be going all the way. 10, 20, down the sideline. He's got to try and outrun him. He can't, so he's knocked out of bounds. It was Leach just jumping in front of the pass and picking it off, and oh, what a turn of events there for the GreenWave.
Obviously a heartbreaker for the GreenWave, and Leach just jumped in. He was watching the eyes of Carpenter the entire time, just jumped the route and got an easy interception.
Heavy traffic. Like you said, he jumped it. Now with 1:06, because of the return after the interception, he caught it at the goal line, brought it all the way out to the 37-yard line. They have a chance with all their timeouts to go make this a 2-score game before the end of the half. So we'll see how they want to manage this, as Leach, who just had the interception, comes up under center. Now goes back to the pistol, 2 right, 2 to the left here, a spread formation. He's back to pass. It's a 4-man rush. He rolls to the right. He fires over the middle, and he's got a man there, a hard hit, but securing it at the 45 for a 1st down into GreenWave territory. A nice job of concentrating by O'Keefe.
Well, and now the clock stops until they get the down markers set up. And now the clock is starting to run. 55 seconds remaining. So the GreenWave defense going to have to come up big here.
Now we're 52 seconds. Oh, he fumbles the snap. He gets it back, just throws it over the left. Nobody was on him. He's got it. 35, 30 down the sideline. 25. They wrap him up and throw him out of bounds there. That'll stop the clock. 23 seconds. Drew Shealy was wide open. There was nobody out there.
Yeah, breakdown obviously by the GreenWave defensive backs. And I think when the ball was fumbled, all of a sudden everybody just started to run forward, and then that left the wide receiver wide open.
I wonder if Leach, too, was trying to get it out there so quickly. He maybe fumbled the snap, and that's why he, looked up for a second, because we don't normally see that from him. He's now 4 or 5, 63 yards, the majority of it coming on this drive. East Grand Forks, or DGF, I think, took the timeout, it looks like, on the scoreboard.
Dilworth, yep.
So Dilworth takes the timeout. The GreenWave here still in a position to get a stop, though. Ball on their 23-yard line and keep this a one-score game. We'll either talk with Coach Kosowski going into half or coming out, depending on if he has to talk to somebody else, I guess. So we'll see what we get from him down there at the halftime break. But we will hear from him and what they'll need to do in the second half. Last game of the day from the Fargodome, Game 4. What a day it has been of high school football here this afternoon and night.
Oh, we see Bruce Nelson on the sidelines. He is watching the game. He was head coach when East Grand Forks won the state championship. I believe it was 2005.
2005.
Crookston won the section champ. I think they. Yeah, I can't remember how that all works. It was a long time ago, but there were some great battles. Crookston won the section championship the first year, and then East Grand Forks won the second year, and then they won the state championship.
Oh, they fumble the snap here coming off the timeout. They're just going to have to try and run this one to the right, and tracking him down and roping him up and bringing him down for a huge loss is Sam Frost. And they'll take their second time out here. Another fumble on the snap, and Wally tried to make something of it, but the junior is all the way back at his own 33-yard line. That's a loss of 10.
And that just went through the legs of Leach. And I know he's tall, but that snap was a rocket, and I don't think he was quite ready for it.
So we've seen that a couple times on this drive. They're hurting themselves, and now East Grand Forks perhaps a gift here. Can they take advantage and keep them off the scoreboard now? With just one timeout left, 37 seconds, anything in play that does not go beyond the sticks will keep the clock running. So I think if you're East Grand Forks, you try and protect the sideline here in this situation and either force Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton to use that final timeout or hurry up to the line and let seconds come off.
And make sure nobody gets behind you if you're a defensive back.
And I'm sure that's what the message was in the huddle there as they break the huddle. Ball on the 33, second and 20. Leach in the pistol, two receivers left, two to the right in the spread formation. It's a five-man front for East Grand Forks. They trail 7-0 here in the game. Leach takes the snap. He'll fire a little seam route over the middle. He's got his man inside the 20, down inside the 15. Boy, I tell you what, he might have a first down. It'll depend on the spot. The clock is stopped at the moment.
The spot that I'm seeing from the far side, it's going to be short.
Yeah,
they're
19.
Saying, they're saying wind the clock, and now they start it.
And Dilworth will take their final timeout. It's a 19-yard catch. Brody O'Keefe has 3 catches for 52 yards now in this first half. Well, I know you wanted to protect the sideline, but you can't give them it that easy up the middle, and that was an easy 19-yard gain.
And the GreenWave, this is the assistant coaches. This is usually each game, whether it's basketball, hockey, or not, well, hockey not so much, but basketball, football, you keep an eye on the clock. And you have one assistant coach. That's their job, especially in a late situation. And one of the coaches came over and said they stopped the clock. The official, I said, was trying to run the clock, and they did not. And again, you have people that aren't used to operating the scoreboard here, but I would assume they've done it all season long. And you also have the home team operating the scoreboard, and it doesn't look like they're going to take any time off.
Yeah, no, they're going to keep it at 28 seconds. They're out of timeouts now, though. It's going to be a 3rd down and 1 from the 14-yard line. Leach takes a snap. He fumbles it again. He's going to get hit from behind and brought down. He stretches for the first, but he's going to be short. That clock's going to continue to roll, so they got to make a decision. Do they run the field goal team on, or are they going to hurry up and try and get the first down?
Yeah, it's going to be a loss of about a yard on the play.
Oh, this is chaos. Now 12 seconds. Leach with 10 seconds takes the snap. It's a 4th down and 1 play. Rolls to the right, fires towards the corner, and it's intercepted down at the 5-yard line by Cooper Smith. And East Grand Forks defense holds.
That's huge.
Wow. The Rebels couldn't stay out of their own way there down the stretch. And it's going to cost them an opportunity to extend the lead. And assuming that the GreenWave just run a knee here, they will head into half only trailing 7-0.
Here's a team that was just running the ball, and executing perfectly for the first 3 series. And then on this series, they had, 3-4 fumbles or bad snaps or whatever you want to call it. And then they throw an interception because they were out of time and used their timeouts up to that point. And so the GreenWave defense comes up a bend and not break. And that really is a huge play going into halftime.
So here's the knee. Carpenter takes it, and we'll head to half. 7-0, Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton in front. What a half it was. We'll wait here and see if Chris gets him now or if he'll get him afterwards. He's tracking him down. Once I see if he has him or not, we'll send it down perhaps here. And it looks like Chris is going to try. He's getting a drink right now. And, sure. All right, he's got him. So, Chris, take it away.
I am here with Coach Kasowski. Coach, boy, you have to be happy with how your defense came out to play here in this first half.
Yeah, well, we got to stop, and we needed to there. That was big. We get the ball coming on a half here. You know, we're sitting back a little bit too much too, though. We gotta be playmakers out there. We can't be afraid to make a mistake. We gotta jump some routes. You know, we'll get it fixed up, though.
How important was that last drive, even though you did churn it over, but just to move the ball as well as you did?
Yeah, you know, we should have got 3 there. That was just a bad mistake there. We should have had 3 points on the board. But again, all fixable things. We were able to run the ball. We got to be able to do that again this second half.
What things need to be fixed the most here? 1 or 2 things?
Yeah, a lot of it's mental right now. I thought we were a little flat there coming out in the dome, you know, new surroundings and stuff. So we just got to make sure second half we come out here, we're sharp. We got to play with passion.
And you have to be happy with how your team played, especially in that second quarter. It looks like they did settle in.
Yeah, we woke up a little bit there, and you know, we just got to make sure that we keep it up this second half. They're a second half football team. We got to make sure we match that intensity.
What do you look for offensively to start the second half?
Well, we got to be able to run off tackle a little bit. That's killing us right now. We're getting pushed back, so we got to address that right now.
Coach, thanks for talking with us. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Back up to you. It's Coach Kasowski, and you could tell there's optimism there, and there's a lot of things that they need to correct. And the nice thing is, as he said, a lot of it is correctable. It's just a lot of little things, and they have to be pretty excited, especially with that last stop, only to be down 7-0, and looked like the tide was churning a little bit until that interception. So
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, heck of a first half. That's going to do it here for the time being. 7-0 Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton in front. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get into the stats, the post or the halftime show, and much more. 7-0 Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton in front of East Grand Forks in the Section 8 3A championship here on KROX.
It's always growing season here at United Valley Bank. We're focused on growth for our customers and communities, success for farms and businesses, and improvement for ourselves. Partner with us, and you'll see firsthand just how much the right hometown banking team can change your perspective. Together, there's no limit to the heights we can reach.
United Valley Bank, our roots make us stronger.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
Be ready this winter with Carhartt cold weather gear from Home of Economy. Carhartt clothing is engineered to outwork the cold, so you can get more done. It's never too cold for Carhartt. Find yours at Home of Economy. Visit the power tool experts at Home of Economy and see for yourself why so many pros choose red. From the lumberyard to the backyard, Milwaukee Tools consistently deliver increased productivity and unmatched durability.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care.
Riverview Health is pleased to welcome Dr. Vanita Parikh to their team. Dr. Parikh is an experienced interventional pain management physician specializing in effective treatment options to increase functionality and comfort for daily living. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595. Dr. Parikh is seeing patients in both the Crookston and East Grand Forks clinics.
Riverview Health.
With the fall season right around the corner, Grove Mechanical in Crookston is ready to prepare you for winter. They suggest having your heating system serviced regularly to keep things running smoothly. A skilled technician will clean and service your heating equipment to ensure safe and efficient operation. It's never too early to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Before the cold sets in, call Grove Mechanical today, your hometown heating and cooling professionals. Give them a call, 218-281-3863, or visit their website, grovemech.com.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small-town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
And we welcome you back here to the Fargodome here on KROX as we're on the live stream. Might be on the radio or not sure right now as yeah, it looks like we are now, so he's got it popped up. So we are on the radio as well, so we'll get into our stats here from the first half. It's 7-0, Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton in front. They scored on a 6-yard touchdown run from Jordan Summers, the senior back, and that was with 10:32 to go in the second quarter. The extra point would be good by Hayden Hoff, and 7-0 is where we're at right now. Taking a look at the individual stats for both these teams. For Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton, Owen Leach was 5 for 7 through the air, 82 yards. Did throw a crucial interception there right before the half, though, to keep this a 7-0 game. On the ground, Jordan Summers, 11 carries, 53 yards, and the lone score. Next in line with just 1 carry for 9 yards, Caleb Johnson. Casey Majeski had a carry for 5 yards. 2 carries for Brody Friend for 3 yards. 4 carries for Owen Leach, 2 yards, and then Nick Wally had a carry for -10 on that missed fumbled snap. That'll go against him as he was the one that picked it up and ended up losing 10 yards on the play. The receivers, Brody O'Keefe, 3 catches for 52. Drew Shealy had a catch for 22 where nobody guarded him. And then Caleb Johnson had a catch for 8 yards as well. And 2 punts for Owen Leach for 50 yards. One of them was muffed by the GreenWave. They turned the ball over once in that half, did the Rebels. Team stats for the Rebels, they had 144 total yards, 82 through the air, 62 on the ground. They ran 27 plays, 8 first downs. They committed 1 penalty for 9 yards. It was that face mask right before the interception that East Grand Forks had on their trip to the red zone. Taking a look here now at East Grand Forks, their numbers there in that first half. We'll start with the individual stats. Drew Carpenter, 3 for 4 through the air, 35 yards. The only incompletion was an interception, and that again was in a red zone opportunity as well. They also muffed a punt, so they had 2 turnovers as a team in that half. Caleb Schmiedeberg had 7 carries for 15 yards, but it was actually Clyde Anderson, 6 carries for 22 yards leading the way. Drew Carpenter had 3 carries himself for 5 yards. It was 2 catches for Sam Schumacher, 20 yards. Damian Bouchard had the other catch for 15. 1 punt for Drew Carpenter. It was a 41-yard boot, and that is where we're at for the individual stats for East Grand Forks. Taking a look at the team stats from that first half, they had 77 total yards, 42 on the ground, 35 through the air. They ran 20 plays in that first half, had 4 first downs. They committed 1 penalty for 5 yards. So it's been a very clean game for both teams, just 2 total flags thrown in this football game. That is a look at your stats here as we get you caught up and get you ready for the third quarter of play. 7-0, Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton in front after the first 24 minutes of play. We can take a look at our draft scoreboard update now. Let's see here. From the 3 games that we had so far here from the Fargodome today, in Section 6-9, man, it was Fort Beltrami beating Black Duck 46-14, so the Falcons punched their ticket to the state tournament for the 2nd straight year in a row. Kitson County Central, they remain perfect, now 11-0 on the year. They beat Goodrich Grigla 35-20 in the Section 8-9 man championship. And then the most recent game before this one started was the Section 8A championship between Red Lake County and Mahnomen-Waban, and that ended up being a Thunderbirds victory 32-0. They really didn't have much of an issue imposing their will all throughout the contest there in that one. And again here, it's 7-0 in favor of Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton at the halftime break. East Grand Forks will receive the second half kickoff. They really only had 2 offensive possessions because they muffed a punt. They had a kneel down before the half, but the 2 possessions in between was a 16-play drive that resulted in an interception at the goal line. The other one was a 3-and-out. Also, the Minnesota Wild, they trail the Seattle Kraken 3-0. That's our other scoreboard update that we can provide at the moment. That's a look at your draft scoreboard update brought to you by Draft Sports Bar and Grill in Crookston. Open 6 days a week, closed on Mondays, but they are open the other 6 days. They open daily daily at 11 a.m. Great deals and specials. Taco Thursday on this Thursday. They'll have prime rib on Saturday, rib night on Friday night, tomorrow night, and lots of good stuff over there. Draft Sports Bar and Grill. The traditional item menus as well. Dessert, pasta, whatever you want. You can get it there, Draft Sports Bar and Grill. We'll keep it here for the time being. We're getting some things worked out at the studio back in Crookston right now, so we will not take a break yet, but we will continue to roll on here at the halftime break. And again, DGF leading EGF. It's funny because they're both, very, very similar, but the Rebels leading the GreenWave 7-0 at our halftime break. We will have more football tomorrow night as the Crookston Pirates, they're back in the section championship, and they will take on the Barnesville Trojans and look to end their season, a perfect record for the Trojans thus far this year. And the Pirates will look to end their season, hopefully, and win their first section championship in a long time. I know it's their first appearance since 2004. Hopefully they can take it all the way, and we'll look forward to that. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night. We'll have a pregame show at 7:20. Right here on KROX. So be listening for that tomorrow night. And then more state football coming your way next week as well. We'll look forward to that and hopefully have as many teams as possible to carry next week. We'll also have East Grand Forks Volleyball in the Section 8 AA Championship on Saturday as they have made it out of the North subsection. They're going to take on Barnesville out of the South subsection. The winner of that will go to the state tournament, so that's something we'll have as well, as that will be on Saturday. So we'll look forward to some more volleyball after that as well. So that is pretty much all what we can tell you right now and pass along. We got a couple minutes still here until the second half is going to start. We'll see if we have everything worked back out at the studio.
Yeah, if you want to log in without the intro. And also we should congratulate Tatum Spokely on her for the East Grand Forks GreenWave volleyball team. She recorded her 1,000th assist of her career in that first set last night. And they didn't stop it for obvious reason of being a tournament game, but congratulations to her on a pretty impressive milestone.
Absolutely. We should be back on the air now, so if Steve wants to pot up smarts again and get us rolling, and we appreciate him running down and doing some work here for us tonight. And we'll get ready here for the second half. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will have the second half kickoff between the GreenWave and the Rebels here on KROX. Back after 3 minutes, and the second half coming up next.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at GoHugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
At Crookston High School, we really have a lot going on.
There isn't that much going on.
Oh yeah? We have
softball, baseball,
track and field, soccer, swimming, tennis, golf, volleyball,
crap shooting, hockey,
basketball,
wrestling. So we have a lot of sports.
And there is orchestra,
band,
choir, visual arts,
speech,
theater, Leo Club. And Crookston is one of the highest academic schools in the region.
Really?
Yeah, really, especially in math and science.
I guess we do have a lot going on.
Yeah, and that's why Crookston High School is my education destination.
Welcome to Andy Oman State Farm. We're located on 423 North Broadway, next to Holiday in Crookston, Minnesota. Third generation agent with State Farm. We've got a team here with over 75 years of experience, 6 of us fully licensed, here to serve you. We know insurance is about a promise, and we're here from the beginning to throughout the whole process to deliver on that promise.
Nobody likes to wait on hold, and neither do we. Give our office a call where a cheerful voice is ready to help you right away. Call 218-281-3643.
The Crookston Eye Clinic is your hometown eye clinic. Whether you have cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, or perfect vision, it is important to have your eyes evaluated to keep them healthy. The Crookston Eye Clinic is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., but on Thursdays they open at 9:15 a.m. They also have a second location in Fosston to offer you even more appointment options. If you've been wanting to try contact lenses or looking for a new pair of glasses, the doctors at Crookston Eye Clinic are available to see you. Doctors Forget Smith and Jananetta are all accepting new patients. Call 218-281-2020 for the Crookston and Fosston Eye Clinic, the best care in sight.
Ever wonder what your city government does for you? They provide police and fire protection, emergency and disaster preparation, building code and zoning enforcement, street repair, cleaning and snow plowing, curbside garbage and recycling collection, plus spring and fall cleanup weeks. They deliver safe drinking water and maintain a wastewater system. They care for 22 parks and provide year-round recreation activities. They give loans for economic development and housing. They do all this and much more with the help of your city employees.
As Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton will kick off with a 7-0 lead to begin the second half. The ball teed up at the 40. Owen Leach back, has his arm in the air, and here we go. Second half action, a trip to the state tournament on the line. A squib kick up the middle inside the 30, fielded at the 26, up across the 30, 35, and run into there and tracked down on a return of about 15 yards was Luke Blazik. So nice job by Blazik and decent starting field position here for the GreenWave to begin the second half. Again, we told you they ran 20 plays in that first half, picked up 4 first downs, had a great drive down inside with a goal-to-go situation, but threw a costly interception, and that took points off the board. That's why they're down 7-0 here. They'll work right to left across your radio dial here to begin this second half on their opening drive. Carpenter coming out into the huddle with the play call. Give the Rebels defense a lot of credit, giving up just 77 total yards of offense there in the first 24 minutes. They're making some adjustments here on this first down play. One receiver out to the right. Carpenter looks around, gets into position, takes a snap. They'll run it off to the left side. A nice lead block and a hard hit after a short gain there of maybe a yard for Schmiedeberg. So again, it's been tough sledding for him. Now 8 carries, 16 yards in the football game. It'll bring up second down and 9. You get the sense, as much as they want to stick to the run, eventually I think they got to hit them with a play action over the top to make them respect the pass and back off a little bit here, because they are all over the run here in this game.
Well, and that screen play, that worked pretty well, and they had a couple receivers that were, well, the receiver Schmiedeberg, I think, was open on the near sideline here, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do.
They are changing up their formations. This time they got trips up to the top of the screen to the right side. Split tailbacks on this 2nd and 9 play. Man in motion. They'll give it here on a little reverse here. Schmiedeberg gets to the outside 40, and he's drugged down there at the 45. Boy, that was a great open field tackle there by Brody Friend. Otherwise, that would have been a first down. It's still a gain of 7, and it sets up a 3rd and 2.
Well, you can see why Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton is undefeated. The pursuit speed is just phenomenal.
Their tackling is what has impressed me the most. I mean, East Grand Forks, they've had to work for every single yard in this game. The running backs are falling forward, but in open space, that's another example of it there, a great tackle. So a quick 3rd down to start this 3rd quarter, an important play here for East Grand Forks. They'll do 2 receivers on the play, and under center with Schmiedeberg right behind him, Anderson. Carpenter gets underneath. Here's the snap. They'll keep it up the middle after the fake, and it's going to be a first down. Carpenter, a physical run for 4 yards and another first down.
Well, a big play to keep this drive going early in the 3rd quarter. And nothing fancy, just straight up the gut, and nice little, there was a big enough hole to make sure they got the first down.
They're taking a page out of Manoman Wabbin's book, running right up the middle to start this drive. That's their 5th first down of the game, and we approach 10 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Possessions, there's not going to be many of them with the way these two teams like to play. You're going to have to take advantage of every opportunity you get. 10 minutes to go. Under center's Carpenter. He's got 12 seconds to get the snap off. Here it is. He'll keep it again after a fake, and this time, boy, the Rebels were all over it. He'll maybe get a yard as he works to midfield. 5 different Rebels bring him down, and it'll be 2nd and 9 once again. 5 carries, 10 yards for Carpenter, an average of 2 so far in this game for him. And again, they're in no hurry. Even though they're only down 1 score, they're going to do what they do, which is get the plays in, take their time, and execute.
Yeah, they're only a touchdown and an extra point kick away from tying it up, so there's no reason to go away from what you've been doing all season long, especially lately where they've been playing some great football.
Yeah, they've won 3 straight games. They're 6-4 on the year. After starting 1-3, they've actually won 5 of their last 6. Here's the snap. They'll do a little option out to the right. Nice block ahead. He's to the 45, and he gets tackled there. Dives ahead to the 44. Nice job of getting the extra yard. Carpenter already 3 runs in the second half. That matches the total in the first half. He's got a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 4.
A nice run, and he was just inches away from breaking a big run there, but I didn't see who the Rebel defender was that got a hand on his shoulder pad, but that's all it was, and it just turned him around a little bit, so he wasn't able to keep that speed going.
3rd and they're going to call it I'm going to say 3. They got to get to the 41 to convert the balls at the 44. 2 guys in the backfield. Carpenter gets everyone set. 4-man front for the Rebels. Big play here. And takes the snap. Another option out to the right. Keeps it. Cuts it back. First down inside the 40. He's hit there and spins ahead to the 37. And you're all over it, Chris. A face mask. That's going to be an extra 15.
Well, if I would have been a coach, I would have been doing exactly what Coach Kasowski did. He took a step out onto the field and threw his hand up like a throw the flag, and they did get it. I think it's only going to be a 5-yard variety, and but a good call by the official. Yep, 5-yarder.
So 5 yards. Hey, you'll take it, though, and you'll be down inside to the 33-yard line. And what a start here. A 3.5-minute drive so far. You're to the Rebels 33. And again, EGF, outside of the interception where they hurt themselves, they've moved the ball very well in this game.
I'm impressed in the second quarter, now into the third quarter, how East Grand Forks' offensive line, they're creating big enough holes to get that the drives just keep moving. And they've done a nice job of settling down after a tough first quarter.
Indeed they have.
Well, they didn't have the ball very much in the first quarter either.
It's hard to do much when you only run 3 plays, but they got 1 receiver right, 1 left here. They've run a lot more plays. A quarterback sneak up the gut. We've seen this a couple of times, and Carpenter fights his way from the 32 to the 30. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. 5 runs for Carpenter on this drive alone.
Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton was ready for that. One of the linebackers, I'm trying to get his number there, and
if you give me the number, I can give you the name.
Yeah, it was Ethan Hellerud, I believe. He came up to sort of fill that, him, and also you had Caleb Johnson. They were filling the gap, and that stopped the play for only a minimal gain.
So it'll be 2nd and 8. Carpenter 24 yards on the ground. Schmiedeberg 23 and Anderson 22. A balanced attack. 2nd and 8. They'll run this one up the middle to Schmiedeberg. He got hit at the point of contact near the line of scrimmage. He does fall forward, get 2 yards. It was a nice tackle on the play there by the Rebels, and it'll bring up 3rd and 6. It was Johnson once again on the stop.
Yeah, boy, the Rebels do such a nice job of filling the gaps, filling the holes, and the linebackers are having a great game thus far for Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton.
I was walking on the field to come up here in between games. There's some big kids for the Rebels down there on that field, and they play physical. We're under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's been over a 5-minute drive for East Grand Forks. 3rd and 6. They don't want to come up empty-handed once again. 2 receivers on the play. Carpenter, he'll hand it off at the last second to Schmiedeberg. He'll get a couple yards, but stop before the 25 at the 26. It's going to be a 4th down and 4, and I would guess the offense going to stay on the field here.
Well, I think they might be setting up a play here. Well, Coach Kasowski said they wanted to run in between the tackles here at halftime, and they're doing that. There's no doubt about it, but I wonder if they're not setting up a play, maybe an option to a quick pitch to the outside, because I think that could be open, especially with 3 straight runs right up the gut.
Now would be the time to use it. It's a 4th down and 4. They need the 22 to keep the drive alive. 6 minutes to go in the third. Crowd is on their feet for the Rebels, getting loud. Under center's Carpenter. 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Coach Kasowski running down the sideline, screaming timeout, and he did just get it in before they snapped the ball. He was in a full sprint. I'd like to see what his 40 time is. My goodness, and he did just get the official's intention in time. My goodness.
So he saw something either he didn't like, or he saw something with a different play that they might be able to take advantage of. So we'll see what they do here.
We'll take a 30-second break. 4th down coming up next here on KROX 7-0. Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton in front in the third quarter.
You're watching Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream. It's brought to you in part by Riverview Health, American Crystal Sugar Company, CHS Egg Services, Christian Brothers Ford, Bremer Bank, Grove Mechanical, Crookston Eye Clinic and Foston Eye Clinic, Crookston Valley Co-op, Hugo's Family Marketplace, United Valley Bank, the Benedictine Living Community, Villa St. Vincent, Ottertail Power Company, Crookston School District, Cess Vanderhoff, Andy Omen State Farm, the City of Crookston, and Tri-Valley Head Start, all bringing you Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream.
3 ball on the 26-yard line. They got to get to the 22 to convert. It's a timeout for East Grand Forks. They only have 2 remaining, and so Coach Kasowski, knowing how much of a pivotal moment in this game this is, decides to use one of the timeouts. You normally like to keep those, but that's how important getting this 4th down is.
And a good call. Just you want to make sure you're running the right play on a 4th and 3.
Same formation, the ball on the right hash. Here we go. Carpenter under center. takes the snap. They'll play fake. He's looking out to the left to lob one towards the end zone. He's got a man there, and it is incomplete. Broken up. The ball was a little underthrown. And what a play defensively there by Brody Friend to knock it away from the intended target, Damian Bouchon. They'll turn it over on downs.
As you said, it was a little underthrown, and Friend was able to catch up at the last second and knock it away. But if that was thrown about a yard or two.
Half a second sooner even.
And they would have had it. So they had the right play call. There's no doubt about that. Just didn't execute it like they needed to.
Well, they kept the Rebels offense off the field for the first 6 minutes of the second half, but now they take the field ball on their own 26, 1st and 10. We'll see what they want to do with a 7-point lead. They'll come to the line, a power formation, a fullback, 2 running backs in the backfield. Leach takes it, hands it off to Summers. He works his way to the right side and weaves his way across to the 30-yard line, a gain of 4. Summers, we should mention, he is almost 2,000 rushing yards on the year. Came into the game just under 1,900. He's got 57 tonight. I mean, what a season Jordan Summers has had.
Well, that's an impressive number there. And again, the offensive line had a nice hole. He gets about 4 yards, and that was all the offensive line on that one.
So the GreenWave, you can give up 4 there, but now let's see if they can force him into a 3rd down as more seconds continue to run off of this 3rd quarter. Again, there's not going to be many possessions with the way both these teams play. So 2nd down and 6. Leach under center. They'll go to the fullback up the middle this time, and they call his number, and he's going to plow ahead for a 1st down. Just kept on moving, and a nice physical run for about 6-7 yards and a 1st down.
I like the play call there. Just a quick hitter with your fullback right up the middle. Caught East Grand Forks, I think, by surprise.
It's a gain of 7 for Majeski. He's got 2 carries, 12 yards. Their 9th 1st down of the football game as we approach 5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. The winner of this off to the state tournament representing Section 8 in Class 3A. And here we go. Another snap for Leach. 3rd play of the drive. Summers to the right, weaves his way to the 40, and the GreenWave will stand him up there. By the time they blow the whistle, he's out to the 41, maybe 42, and another solid run on 1st down for Summers, something that we've grown accustomed to here in this football game. They'll give him a total of 61 yards now. That's a gain of 4. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. East Grand Forks making a couple of subs. 4:30 to go in the quarter. This is the first time the Rebels have touched the football in the second half. And the story of the game really is, well, for both teams, honestly, turnovers. East Grand Forks, 2 of them, a muff punt, an interception at the goal line, and DGF, they also had a turnover. Did the Rebels down at the goal line as well on an interception. And, ball's fumbled again. Leach gets it, and he's tripped up. He gets back to the 40. It'll lose 2 yards, and for the 6th time today, and they're going to say his knee was down at the 39, so he'll actually lose 3. I don't know what the deal is there. It looks like he's just taking his eye off the ball.
And he does have a wrap on his left wrist, but that shouldn't be affecting it at all. And I'm not quite sure what's going on there because he had it in his hands and it just slipped as he was going to turn around.
That sets up a 3rd down and 8 now. They'll need their own 47-yard line to convert. We'll see if Leach drops back to pass in this spot. He's 5 for 7 in the game, 82 yards. They have the same formation of fullbacks, split tailbacks, Leach under center. Here's the 3rd down play action. He's got a clean pocket, rolls to the left. Now he's under pressure. He's running out of time. He's wrapped up and sacked on the play as the GreenWave got him down. In on the sack, I believe, was Zedlick, and it'll bring up a 4th down and the punt team coming on.
What great pursuit and great coverage by the defensive backs for East Grand Forks to allow Zedlick to come in and get that sack and a big defensive stand for the GreenWave.
Leach, 6 carries, negative 10 yards, 3 of them sacks, a couple of missed fumbles, but not a great stat line for a guy that typically runs a lot. He's back to punt now. He's punted twice for 50 yards in the game. Smith back to receive the kick at his own 45. Here's the snap. The GreenWave trying to come after it. He'll get it away cleanly. It's an end-over-end kick. High hang time. It's fair caught. Nicely done by Smith at about the 48-yard line. That's a punt of 22 yards, and the GreenWave defense does its job.
And here's where the GreenWave offense, they've got to punch one in here and get a nice drive. And I don't think it's going to be easy unless it's a passing play to get a big play, just the way the GreenWave are set up here. But they're going to, and we'll see if they keep trying to run in between tackle. It's going to be interesting to see what they do on this series.
Well, besides the 3 and out, their other 2 drives have been 10 or more plays, and they've marched down the field. So they have had success. It's just been in short chunks. 2:38 to go in the 3rd. 1st and 10. They'll come to the line of scrimmage. Carpenter with 2 receivers on the play. He'll take the snap in the first play, an option out to the left. He'll keep it and trip, and he gets back to the line. He maybe had some room, but kind of tripped on the turf monster, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, that time they tried to run outside the tackles, and now maybe we know why they were running inside the tackles. That didn't work very well, but again, the pursuit by Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton has just been phenomenal all night long. No matter anytime they try to run outside the tackles, they're able to track it down or at least stretch it out.
And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line. 31 plays in the game, 26 of them runs, 5 pass for the GreenWave, and that's what Coach Kosowski mentioned. They want to run the football. They have not strayed away. Trips to the right, Carpenter under center. The Rebels adjusting their defense. They'll look for a screen. Now deep over the top. It's one-on-one coverage, and that sails way over the head of everybody. He was looking for Schmiedeberg, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. Schmiedeberg went to stop, it looked like, Chris,
Yep.
and I think Carpenter thought he was going to keep going.
Yeah, right as Carpenter was getting ready to let go of the ball, or right as he was letting it go, all of a sudden Schmiedeberg hit the brakes. So there was miscommunication there somewhere. Yeah, who knows what would have happened if he would have kept going, but I think he might have had a beat on him.
So 3rd and 10, ball on their own 48, right near the Bison logo here at the Fargodome. They're working right to left across the radio dial, coming to the line. Carpenter, well, now they changed the play, it looks like. Coach yelling something, and he's going to take a timeout. Oh, that's not good. That's 2 timeouts now that the GreenWave have had to use here in this 3rd quarter. And they'll put themselves in a spot now late in the game, perhaps, where they could be in trouble if they need those. So we'll take a break. We'll be back after 30 seconds, and a big 3rd down coming up next. 7-0, Rebels in front still in the 3rd quarter in the Section 8 AAA Championship.
You're watching Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream. It's brought to you in part by Riverview Health, American Crystal Sugar Company, CHS Egg Services, Christian Brothers Ford, Bremer Bank, Grove Mechanical, Crookston Eye Clinic and Foston Eye Clinic, Crookston Valley Co-op, Hugo's Family Marketplace, United Valley Bank, the Benedictine Living Community, Villa St. Vincent, Ottertail Power Company, Crookston School District, Cess Vanderhoff, Andy Omen State Farm, the City of Crookston, and Tri-Valley Head Start, all bringing you Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream.
Get ourselves a 3rd and 10 coming back here now from the timeout. East Grand Forks trotting back onto the field. They'll have just 1 timeout remaining the rest of the football game. An important 3rd down here. Could be 4 down territory for the GreenWave here. We'll see what they go to on the 3rd down call here. And if you're the Rebels, they got a 4-man front, nothing behind you here. Carpenter looks around as usual. They're blitzing up the middle, and we have some movement up front, I think.
Offsides.
Well, was there movement first, though? No, that is offsides. I thought maybe he caused the lineman to move, but that'll be free 5 yards. That's a costly mistake by the Rebels.
Well, I think Carpenter, he saw the linebacker filling in, and he got close to the line and wasn't able to stop and went over, and then he snapped it as soon as he saw that. So that's a good heads-up play.
Yeah, it makes it a 3rd and about 5, maybe 6 yards now. And a much more manageable 3rd down now for the GreenWave. That's the 3rd penalty in the game on the Rebels for a total of 19 yards. 2 receivers out to the right, Carpenter under center. Surveys the defense. Ball on the left hash, takes the snap, he's back to pass. Quick hitter out to the right, he's got his man there. Oh, hook and ladder, Schmiedeberg has it. He breaks a tackle to 45, fights for the 1st down. He's got it to the 40-yard line. Boy, what a play that was, as it was secured there by Smith. He then pitched it to Schmiedeberg, and Schmiedeberg gets the 1st down.
Oh, the old hook and ladder. We've seen that many times by the GreenWave over the years. And, Brody O'Keefe, he's going to have to come out of the game. He got dinged up on that play.
And he's walking off a little gingerly. They'll pause the play for him. So help me out, Chris, with that one. How do I score that play?
That would be a pass completion to where the where they caught the ball. And then you would give rushing yards to Schmiedeberg. Yep, would have been, 2 yards on the run?
He gets 2 yards, and the pass then goes for 5. Yep. So, the hook and ladder. How about that? I like it. Getting creative. So that'll bring a 1st and 10. They move the sticks, ball right at the 40-yard line of the Rebels. It was a 5-yard catch and then a 2-yard run by Schmiedeberg on the hook and ladder. 1:34 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's the snap, run straight up the middle, back to what they like to do. It's Schmiedeberg plowing ahead 2, maybe 3 yards on 1st down.
And just from my view, I didn't have a great angle. I was on the opposite side of where they ran, but it looked like there was a lot of room if he could have bounced it out to the outside.
Yeah, and that's something they have not done often. They've been so determined on running up the middle, and that has been the main focus here for the GreenWave in this game. With where he got the football, I think it would have been tough for him to bounce that one out. So he gets 2 yards, 2nd and 8, ball on the 38 of the Rebels. The GreenWave still trailing 7-0 here. Here's the snap. They will fake it one way, run up the middle here, and that's going to be about 3 yards that time. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 5. Now upcoming for East Grand Forks. Schmiedeberg, another short run.
Now we're down to 40 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter.
That was actually Anderson on the carry, so he'll get 3 yards. But yeah, I mean, they'll have to run one more play, but then just like that, we'll be heading into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they get the play in, and now Carpenter and the GreenWave break out of the huddle.
So here we go, 3rd and 5. One receiver right, one to the left. Carpenter comes under center, 4-man front for the Rebels. Big 3rd down here. Carpenter takes the snap. He's back on the option. He'll keep it. He'll cut back up the middle. He'll get the 1st down. Carpenter just kept moving about 3-4 yards after he was initially hit. It's a gain of 6. He only needed 5. 1st down, GreenWave.
And Carpenter read that perfectly. He saw a little seam, and he cut it up the field going, well, I don't know what direction we're going here, but we'll say north-south, and he was able to get the 1st down, and now that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter.
What a 4th quarter it's going to be. 7-0, Rebels in front of the GreenWave with a trip to the state tournament on the line. We'll step aside. We'll be back after this. GreenWave knocking on the door. This is the Section 8 3A Championship on KROX.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Minnesota high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
As we start the 4th quarter, 7-0, Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton in front. What a game it has been. Ball on the Rebels 29. Ball on the right hash, snap, handoff. Anderson will go out to the left side, busts that one out a little bit. He's hit there at the 28. He falls ahead to the 27, a gain of 2 for Clyde Anderson. It'll be 2nd and 8 upcoming.
Well, they continue just to pound the ball, and getting 2-3 yards a carry. That gets you, well, if you get 3, of course, that gets you a 1st down. And but they've been coming up with big plays when they need them, so it'll be interesting to see what they call here.
This has been a complete flip from the 1st half. East Grand Forks has had the ball the entire 2nd half. Each team only 9 1st downs in the game. There just haven't been many possessions, long possessions down the field. 2nd and 8, ball in between the hashes now. Carpenter, he'll fake it, option, and this time he pitches it. Caught there by Schmiedeberg, and he's hit down. Another nice tackle in open space, and once again, it's Brody Friend. Maybe 2-3 yards on the play for Schmiedeberg, and it's 3rd down.
Well, and Schmiedeberg, he's disappointed that he wasn't able to break that tackle or maybe make a cut, but he slapped himself in the helmet, and it'll be 3rd and 5, about for the 10th time here in the 2nd half for East Grand Forks.
Well, and the pitch was a little late. I think if Schmiedeberg got that sooner, he would have had some time to adjust where he wanted to go. So it sets up a 3rd down here, 10:45 to go in the 4th quarter. Play clock down to 12 seconds. They break the huddle. Remember, they only have 1 timeout remaining in the game, so they don't want to use it here. They come to the line, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Pitch play out to the right. He's looking to throw this. He'll lob it over the middle. There's a flag on the play into traffic, and it's intercepted again down inside the 5, but we'll check the penalty. It's a hold, so they'll decline that, and it's another turnover for the GreenWave. Boy, I don't know. They pitch it to Schmiedeberg. He decides to throw it, and it ends up costing him there, the trick play. It worked earlier in the game, not this time.
Well, and that time he was sort of like in basketball, you have the fadeaway jumper. He was leaning backwards as he threw it and just wasn't able to get any mustard behind it.
3 GreenWave turnovers now in the game. The good news is that the ball's inside the 5, I guess, for the Rebels, so they'll take over there.
Well, the way Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton has been fumbling the snap, could get interesting.
Very much so. Again, that power formation as they come to the line. GreenWave, I'm sure you're selling out for the run here. They'll give it to their main back, Summers. He goes to the right, angles back up the middle to the right hash, gets to the 7-yard line, a gain of 3 for Summers on his 14th carry of the football game.
Well, you read that perfectly. There wasn't anywhere. He wanted to go a little farther out to the right behind tackle. There was nothing there, so he cut it back towards the middle and was able to get some positive yardage.
Well, I'm looking up at the clock as we approach 10 minutes. Just one timeout for East Grand Forks. If the Rebels can convert some third downs, slowly move the ball down, they could really take a lot of time off the clock here in this game. But if you're the GreenWave, on the flip side, you get a 3 and out, you're in business. They go to the fullback here up the middle. Majeski out across the 10 to the 12, a gain of 5. It sets up a 3rd down and 2 upcoming. That's a positive run there.
Well, again, he broke through the line of scrimmage untouched, and then he bounced off a couple tacklers and was able to get a pretty good chunk of yardage.
Now, this is what you train for in the offseason and whatnot, is these moments right here, you know. The short down situations, this is how football's supposed to be. Who's going to win up front? And there'd be no question that the Rebels, if they don't convert this, will have to punt. So a big moment in the game right here. One of the biggest third downs, if not the biggest up to this point. Under center's Leach, 3rd and 2, takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Summers, follows his fullback, cuts back. They missed the tackle, and he's out to the 15. He got 3 and a 1st down. Somebody had a chance, I'm not sure who it was, to wrap him up, but he was elusive, and he gets the 1st down.
Yeah, he was going to bounce it out to the far right, and then he saw his blocker sort of veer in, so he followed him, cut back towards the middle, and broke a tackle at that point, and was able to get the 1st down.
Summers has had great vision all night with those cutbacks. Another example of it there. Ball on their own 15, 8:50 to go now here in the 4th quarter. The GreenWave are going to want to stop sooner rather than later, trailing in the game 7-0. Again, that power formation. Here's the snap for Leach. Fullback again. Majeski up the middle, breaks a tackle, and now he's hit by a couple of GreenWave defenders. And he got to the 19. They'll finally blow it dead as there's some extra shoving in there. It's a gain of 4 for Majeski, his 4th carry of the game, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, so a 4-yard carry, just that quick hit that they've done a couple times here in this second half. That's been pretty successful. They get 4 or 5 yards on that carry just because it develops so quickly.
Yeah, nice little dive plays. You can run the sneak as well if you want positive yardage. And with 2nd and 6, you get another gain like that, you're going to be in business with another 3rd and short. So I'd be surprised if they go away from it. Ball on the 19, they're working right to left. 8 minutes to go now in the 4th quarter. Just the 2nd possession of the half for the Rebels. Leach, the senior quarterback, comes up under center. He'll go to Summers to the right. He tries to cut it outside. He's not going to get there. Cooper Smith able to wrap him up, and now, oh no, this is going to be an extra 15 on the GreenWave.
Oh.
Or is it on the Rebels? It sure looked like the GreenWave were the one that finished the hit off behind the play unnecessarily. But maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong.
There was no whistle, so it can't be a late hit or anything.
You wouldn't think, and that's what the one official maybe is coming in to talk about. Yeah, there wasn't a whistle and the flag flew in. I don't know. It's a big call. If there is no call, it was a loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 8. Well, we're still awaiting as they talk this one over with 7:46 to go. Here we go. It is a dead ball. And it's on the GreenWave. I'm with you, Chris. There was no whistle. I don't know how it's a dead ball foul.
Yeah, there is no whistle.
It's both ways. Okay, so thank goodness for that if you're the GreenWave.
So I think by calling it, and again, I have no idea, but calling it dead ball, now you can have the offsetting and it doesn't affect anything.
I like that.
Yeah,
they were both going at it.
They know what they're doing.
So it's 3rd and 8. He lost 2 yards on the play. The play stands, and now an opportunity for the GreenWave to get off the field. You need your best stuff right here if you're East Grand Forks.
And we should say this officiating crew has done a pretty solid job all night.
Been a very clean game from both teams. The officials have let them play a little bit, absolutely. 3rd and 8, they need the 25 to convert. Under center is Leach. Here's the snap. He'll turn around, hand it off up the middle. It's going nowhere. Majeski is wrapped up, finally brought down as they finish him off at the 15. It's a loss of 2 on the play, and the punt team coming on.
Hey, what a job by the GreenWave defense coming up with that big stop. They didn't get it on that third down and short, but they do get it here. And the defense once again comes up big.
Well, Leach, 3 punts, 72 yards in the game, and back to receive it, Smith. He's at the Rebels' 38-yard line. So, I mean, this could be great field position depending on how good of a kick Leach gets here.
And Leach is standing at the goal line.
So, yeah, let's make sure. Watch the snap. Watch how he handles it. Here comes the snap. It's a clean one. He gets it, and he gets it off quickly. They were coming after it. High kick, Smith, fair catch, and secures it at the 32. Well done by Cooper Smith. That can get in guys' heads when you muff one early on, but he has handled the rest of them excellently here throughout the game.
And it wasn't like a normal where he just dropped it. He was trying to make a outstanding hustle play, and unfortunately just was about a step or two late. And wasn't able to haul it in because he was sprinting as fast as he could. But this is it.
Yeah, I was going to say 6:57 to go. You got the ball on the Rebels 32. You feel like this is the possession right here. If you're going to score, you're going to get it done right now. So here we go. GreenWave, they've had some great drives. It hasn't amounted to anything. They trail 7-0 in the section championship. 6:57 to go. Drew Carpenter comes to the line. The junior under center, 1 receiver out to the right. Man in motion, Schmiedeberg. They fake it to him, give Anderson up the middle, and he'll fight his way forward on a dive for 3 yards to the 29. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what the play calls are here on this next 2 plays. If they don't get a first down on the next play.
Yeah, you get 3 yards there, so 2nd and 7. Anderson now 9 carries, 30 yards. That's a good start to the drive. Rebels defense so big, physical, and strong. They just have not given the GreenWave anything. No mistakes on their part defensively all night.
And not only are they big and strong, they're extremely quick as well.
1 receiver again in the formation. It's kind of a wishbone set. Carpenter in between the hashes. Schmiedeberg in motion. They'll fake it. He'll keep it now up the middle, and Carpenter stumbles ahead. The Rebels blew it up, but thankfully, because of all the misdirection, Carpenter does get a positive gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Well, and you always wonder if the fake handoff, if it would have worked, but the players let the guy that doesn't have the ball go through. But Clyde Anderson, he got the fake, went right through, and there was nobody within 5 feet of him.
Yeah.
So. But again, he didn't have the ball, so why would you go after him?
3rd and 4, 5:45 to go in the final quarter. Ball on the left hash now. Carpenter under center, 2 receivers in the formation. Schmiedeberg and Anderson in the backfield. DGF ready to pounce up front. It's a 6-man pressure. They'll give it up the gut, and Anderson maybe a yard. It's going to be 4th and 3 as the Rebels stout defense holds. And here we go. Play of the game upcoming on this 4th down.
There was a little bobble on. As he came up with the ball after the snap. I think there was they were off on their timing a little bit because there was nobody there when he turned around, and then the ball bobbled a little bit. He was able to hand it off, but still, I think that cost him some yards on that.
So 4th and 3 from the 25, 5 minutes to go with only 1 timeout left. You're going to want to convert this one here. Trailing 7-0, Rebels fans on their feet. Carpenter under center, 1 receiver right, 1 to the left. He looks around, takes the snap, play fake. He's back to pass, looking to the left, nobody open. Now he comes back to the right. He's got to make a decision. He's going to run for it inside the 25, down near the line to gain. It looks like he got just enough for the first down.
He did.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
I love high school football.
The Rebels wanted a hold on that play. They did not get the call. Carpenter extended, decided to run, made the right decision, made a man miss, got 4 yards. Ball on the 21, clock continues to roll with 4:36 to go.
Well, it's the old saying, you could call holding on every play if you wanted to. And but when you have that scramble, sometimes you do more often than not. I think you see holding or an eligible man downfield, but a great job by the GreenWave.
That's the 10th first down of the game for East Grand Forks. 1st and 10. Back under center, a tight formation. They'll hand it left side. Schmiedeberg tripped up after getting a good gain of about 4 or 5 yards, and another positive run on 1st down.
And once again, Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton, it looked like it was going to be a big gain, but they just trip up, got the ankle enough that Schmiedeberg was tripped up. So
give him a gain of 5, 15 carries, 40 yards for him. He's their leading rusher. We're now under 4 minutes to go. GreenWave going a little bit quicker here as they come to the line. Carpenter under center. The Rebels getting set defensively. Ball near that left hash as they're working left to right across your radio. Schmiederberg again, a little counter to the left, and that time ball is out, and the GreenWave jump back on top of it. They're going to lose a couple yards because of the fumble. And one of the offensive linemen, I couldn't tell who it was, looked like 51 there. That would be Zach Juke. Landed on top of it. 3rd down and 8 now upcoming.
So you go from manageable to now a little tougher on this 3rd down play.
Well, and you got to look up at the clock. 3:25 and counting. You know you only have one timeout. This really does seem like this is it for East Grand Forks. 3rd and 8. They come to the line under center once again. They got no receivers in the formation. Anderson, Schmiederberg in the backfield. They'll run it to the right, and cutting back to the left, he's got some space. Plowing forward is Anderson, a bulldog of a run. He's right at the line to gain. It'll depend on the spot.
They're going to mark it at the 11.
Oh, that's what he needed to get.
They're going to have to measure.
Oh, my goodness. That'd be the first measurement of the game. Keep the suspense rolling. 3:02 clock stop. They'll bring out the chains.
First one of the night, or the day.
The entire day, yeah, it might be. But in a time like this, it calls for it.
Yeah, even if you think it's one way or the other, you got to do it just to make sure.
That's 38 yards on the day for Anderson. A gain of 7 regardless of if he has this or not. Okay, they're stretching it out. Oh, short. By about a half an inch. Well, you know what to do here. You get the offense out there. You run the quarterback sneak. And you pick up that yard and move the sticks. 4th and 1, this will be the football game basically coming up on this next play as they readjust the ball on the field. They'll have it on the left hash. I mean, I'd be surprised, Chris, I don't know about you, if they do anything but a quarterback sneak here. You need half an inch. East Grand Forks getting loud, Rebels getting loud. This place, it's been a good atmosphere all day. You can definitely tell this is the closest game of the day. It is loud in here right now. Here we go. Clock runs under 3 minutes. Up to the line. Carpenter on 4th and inches. And
DGF.
DGF.
Dilworth.
Yeah, Dilworth going to take their first time out of the half. So they'll have 2 remaining. Quick 30-second break. Back with the play of the game after this on KROX.
You're watching Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream. It's brought to you in part by Riverview Health, American Crystal Sugar Company, CHS Egg Services, Christian Brothers Ford, Bremer Bank, Grove Mechanical, Crookston Eye Clinic and Foston Eye Clinic, Crookston Valley Co-op, Hugo's Family Marketplace, United Valley Bank, the Benedictine Living Community, Villa St. Vincent, Ottertail Power Company, Crookston School District, Cess Vanderhoff, Andy Omen State Farm, the City of Crookston, and Tri-Valley Head Start, all bringing you Crookston Pirate Activities on the KROX live stream.
Front of East Grand Forks, but the GreenWave 4th and 1 from the Rebels 11-yard line coming up. They'll have 1 timeout left. The Rebels have 2. This is the play of the game, without a doubt, up to this point. We were just talking off the air. Me and Chris are in agreement. I think just about everybody would be. You score the touchdown here, you probably want to go for 2 and win the game before going to overtime.
What I would do if I was the coach, I would look at my players on the offense and say, kicking it or going for 2. It's your season. You're the guys. What do you want to do?
So here we go. 4th down. They got to get to that spot first. Here's Carpenter. Oh, he fumbled the snap. He'll sneak ahead, still get the first down inside the 10. They went quick. He fumbled it, gathered himself. Cool, calm, collectedly gets it to the 9-yard line, a gain of 2.
Wow, that is crazy. And he never put his knee down, which was even better.
I was just going to say, because in high school, college, then you're down on the spot. So, wow, what a job by Carpenter. Clock rolls, 2:50 to go. 1st and goal from the 9. Here we go. The Rebels have bent at times tonight. They got an interception twice down here in the red zone. Can they get another stop? It's Carpenter to the line. He's got his main backs behind him, 2:35 to go. Here's the snap. He'll fake it, keep it up the middle, and the Rebels were all over that one, maybe a yard. He didn't get anything back to line. 2nd and goal from the 9 now. You might have to, I don't know, I don't want to go away from what's been working. You might have to think about play action pass at some point, especially down here.
I'd like to see him go back to maybe the option and see if you can. But again, Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton, every time they've tried to go to the outside, they just stretch it out. So
there's very few people on both sides that are sitting right now. Definitely more standing than sitting. 2 minutes to go. Clock still rolling. 2nd and goal from the 9. Carpenter up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers down to the right. DGF getting adjusted defensively. Man in motion, here's a pitch out to the right. He'll cut it back at the 10 and get to the 9. He stood up there. Schmiedeberg, maybe a gain of a yard. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Nothing on the first 2 plays here of this goal line series.
Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton up to the task on these first 2 plays, and they had that. There was a little bit of a seam, but then they closed it so quick, and I thought Schmiedeberg was going to get at least 4 to 5 yards on that carry.
Well, 1:20 to go, just 1 timeout for the GreenWave. This is officially it. If they don't get it in here, the game will be over with a couple of kneel downs for the Rebels. They have 15 seconds to get to the line and snap it. Ball on the right hash. Here we go. They break the huddle. 1:10 to go. Carpenter under center. No, now in the shotgun. It's a spread formation. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. 6 in the box. Takes the snap. He's back to pack. Fires over left. Got him in at the 2. And he's going to be stopped at the 1-yard line. It will be 4th and goal from the 1. As it was, I believe, Levi Anderson on the reception. He got 8 yards. He needed 9. 4th and goal coming from the 1.
Here's the ball game. Well, not the ball game, but
it could be.
Yeah, if
they get stopped.
If they don't score, it's over. If they score, now they have a chance. Yeah, this is fun.
35 seconds. If I'm the Rebels, I take a timeout here right before they snap the ball.
And I think they might be. It looks like they were looking over.
30 seconds, 27 seconds. The GreenWave, they might use their timeout. They have a timeout. It's no good for you anymore after this point.
Good point. Yeah, they're going to call a timeout when it gets down to 1 second on the play clock.
Does not get any better than this. There's the timeout. 12 seconds to go. And it's 4th and goal from the 1-yard line, trailing 7-0. What's the play call here? You run it right up the middle like they've been doing all drive long? Lots of different ways you could do it.
Do they have the refrigerator Perry to put in the backfield?
You wish, right?
Like the Bears did back around your 300-plus pounder.
You'd be guaranteed a yard on that play. In all seriousness, I think you do keep it up the middle, a sneak or some sort of a run with one of your big backs, and you live with the result.
You look over the defense first and see what they're planning, and you give Carpenter the leeway to go up the gut, or do you try,
Well,
they don't have a timeout, so they're going to have to.
Something to keep in mind, though, the Rebels have 2. If you're DGF, you could see how they line up here and say, hey, I want to take a timeout, readjust my defense here based on the formation they line up in here.
Just got a text from my daughter, Macy. She said, I don't know what's going on, but this is crazy. So she must be watching. 4th
and goal from the 1. The GreenWave come to the line. The season is on the line. Under center is Carpenter. This is the football game. They're blocking the middle up there on the defensive line. Ball on the left hash. There's the snap, and the play got blown up. They're fighting into the end zone, though. Second effort, touchdown, Clyde Anderson. And with 8 seconds to go, they're an extra point away from the tie, a 2-point conversion away from the win. What do you do now if you're Coach Kosowski?
Go for 2.
That's what the people want. We'll see what he decides to do, though.
He says he's got the 2 fingers.
Oh, here we go.
Let's see.
They'll run some different bodies onto the field. It's a 1-yard touchdown for Anderson with 8 seconds to go, and they're going to go for the win, it looks like.
Wow, what a game. What a way to end the day.
To knock off the number 2 team in the state in Class 3A, undefeated 9-0 Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton. They got 16 seconds to get the play off. As coming to the huddle, here's Carpenter. Your best play, whatever it is, that's what you're running right here. Everybody's on their feet. 8 seconds to get the snap. 1 receiver left, 1 to the right, and there's the timeout by the Rebels as they want to talk things over as well.
Well, I don't know about that one. They were down to just a few seconds. They might not. Yeah, but if they do get the penalty, what, do they move back 5 yards? So
that's a good point. Yeah, they'd still have that, but he wants to make sure his defense is ready to go. Big moment.
Probably the correct call there to call the timeout.
Oh, do the GreenWave have the guts from 2.5, 3 yards out to keep it on the ground? They've been averaging about that all night long.
Yeah, you do that, or do you do a quick little pop pass like they did to get down to the 1?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm excited. Whatever they decide to do, it's going to be fun.
I'm always a huge fan of the option.
Yeah.
You can run, you can pitch, you can pass. It gives you on a play like this.
put it in Carpenter's hands, who's had a great second half, great game altogether, and say, you make the decision here, go win us the game. Oh, they're going to break the huddle here. The 2-point conversion pending. They trail 7-6. The GreenWave with 8 seconds left in the game, trying to pull off a stunner here from the Fargodome to end our Thursday night. Trip to the state tournament on the line.
Listen to that crowd on both sides.
Unbelievable. One receiver left, one to the right. Carpenter is under center. It's Anderson and Schmiederberg in the backfield. It's 9 men in the box for the Rebels. Here we go, ball between the hashes. Carpenter takes the snap. He'll fake it, roll to the left. He's looking for a receiver, no one there. Lobs it to the corner, incomplete, and there is no pass interference. The GreenWave can't believe it, and that's gonna...
he held them up. That has to, well, they're within the 5 yards.
That's a tough one because the defender never turned around to look at the ball.
Yep, that's what they're arguing right now. You have to turn around.
The ball was severely underthrown, and that's going to pretty much do it here unless they get an onside kick, I guess, and then can go down the field. Lots of boos from the GreenWave. Rebels fans rejoice. Unbelievable. They put it in Carpenter's hands. They gave him the option. He had to go somewhere with it. He tried that corner, and yeah, I guess kind of a questionable call is the best way to put it.
Well, that's a penalty. I just watched it on my video that I took myself, and he never turned around and he ran into him. That should have been a penalty.
And that's one GreenWave fans are going to be looking back on for a long time and thinking, what if? So the Rebels now just got to secure an onside kick, one kneel down, and they will win the game. So you need your best stuff right here now. If you're the GreenWave, whatever it is, you got to kick this ball, Carpenter.
Yeah,
try and recover.
Everybody on the sideline here, just brutal, terrible. All of us with cameras. It was clearly a pass interference.
We've seen East Grand Forks pull off a Hail Mary already this year, so if they get another chance, you never know. Can they get an onside kick here and keep the season at least a little bit of hope left? Carpenter has it teed up. Here we go. If the Rebels recover this kick, they'll be off to the state tournament next week. Looking around, Carpenter gets the whistle, and here we go. Kicks it over to the right, and that is not going to travel the 10 yards. It hit a GreenWave player, so that'll be an illegal procedure. That'll give the Rebels the football, I believe, and that will be the game. Tough way to end it. That's really the only way you can say it. What a game.
Well, it's one thing if you just throw an incomplete pass, but to get robbed something out of your control and no call, that's I think that makes it 10 times harder for the GreenWave.
An unbelievable game nonetheless. You hate to see it end the way it did. There's nothing to be ashamed of if you're the GreenWave. What a season, what an effort here tonight. This has been the story of the Rebel season, though. This is their 5th win by single digits this year. They just find ways to win. And here comes the victory formation for Leach and this senior class for the Rebels. Their fans, students ready to celebrate here tonight. From the 45, there's the snap, there's the kneel down. The final seconds tick off, and the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels are off to the state tournament to represent Section 8. In Class 3A, the East Grand Forks GreenWave season comes to an end with a final record of 6-5 and a runner-up finish here tonight. What a game it was. We have lots to unpack in the post-game show. Stats, we'll talk with head coach Kosowski in the post-game show, and much more. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll dive into it and more. The Rebels win 7-6, and we'll be back after this in the post-game show on KROX.
It's always growing season here at United Valley Bank. We're focused on growth for our customers and communities, success for farms and businesses, and improvement for ourselves. Partner with us, and you'll see firsthand just how much the right hometown banking team can change your perspective. Together, there's no limit to the heights we can reach.
United Valley Bank, our roots make us stronger.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
Be ready this winter with Carhartt cold weather gear from Home of Economy. Carhartt clothing is engineered to outwork the cold, so you can get more done. It's never too cold for Carhartt. Find yours at Home of Economy. Visit the power tool experts at Home of Economy and see for yourself why so many pros choose Red. From the lumberyard to the backyard, Milwaukee Tools consistently deliver increased productivity and unmatched durability.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care.
Riverview Health is pleased to welcome Dr. Vanita Parikh to their team. Dr. Parikh is an experienced interventional pain management physician specializing in effective treatment options to increase functionality and comfort for daily living. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595. Dr. Parikh is seeing patients in both the Crookston and East Grand Forks clinics.
Riverview Health.
With the fall season right around the corner, Grove Mechanical in Crookston is ready to prepare you for winter. They suggest having your heating system serviced regularly to keep things running smoothly. A skilled technician will clean and service your heating equipment to ensure safe and efficient operation. It's never too early to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Before the cold sets in, call Grove Mechanical today, your hometown heating and cooling professionals. Give them a call, 218-281-3863, or visit their website, grovemech.com.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Game show here on KROX. Your final score: the Rebels get the win over the GreenWave 7-6, and Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton's off to the state tournament, representing Section 6 or 8, excuse me, in Class 3A. They beat the GreenWave here by 1 point. It was a 2-point conversion, pass interference call that does not get called, and the GreenWave unfortunately see their season come to an end. Once we know that Chris is down there with the head coach, Ryan Kosowski will send it down to him. The GreenWave kind of somberly walking off the field here. You hate to see it end that way. Nothing to be ashamed of, though. What a back half of their season, winning 5 of 6 to get to this point. They finished 6-5 in the section runner-up. We're going to break this one down, go over the stats, the scoring. Not a ton of scoring. Each team 1 touchdown, but lots of stats to get into. And then we'll obviously talk with Coach Kosowski as well and wrap things up in the post-game show and get you on your way on this Thursday night. So team stats just initially here: 164 total yards for Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton. 160 for Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton, 78 on the ground, 82 through the air. They ran 39 plays, 10 first downs, 3 penalties for 19 yards. East Grand Forks 164 total yards, 116 on the ground, 48 through the air, 52 plays, 11 first downs, 2 penalties for 10 yards. So those are the team stats. We'll have all the stats on our website, KROXAM.com, so you can head there to find that. And it looks like Chris is with Coach Kosowski now.
And I am with Coach Kosowski, obviously. Probably one of the tougher interviews we've done. Coach, what a tremendous effort by your guys.
Yeah, it really was. You know, you look at that score and, you know, an offense like that and to hold them to 7 points, and then, you know, we were able to move the football. You know, a couple things here and there. You changed the game, but I think it was the right call at the end to go for 2. We had all the momentum. It was, you know, it was just one of those things that didn't go our way.
You have to, obviously it's hard. You're it's giving hugs to a lot of the seniors, and just not only the way you lost, but just to play so well and to come up just a point short.
Yeah, nobody can ever say that this group didn't give it their all, to win 5 of your last 6 and to kind of go on the run that they did, and just really proud of that group. We're going to miss that group. They're a program-changing group. They've come through. They've been a multi-sport group, and they've just given us all they have.
Tell us about in the first half or the first quarter, you only had 3 offensive plays in that first quarter, and but the guys never really stopped.
No, they didn't. And again, I'm just so proud of our guys, proud of our team. They just laid it all out there. It wasn't too big of a moment for them. They came out here, they played their game, and just gave us everything they had.
In the second quarter, you came out. Your line, I thought, really came out and did a nice job.
They did, yeah. We challenged them too. We've got to be able to move the football, and we got to be able to move guys up front, and they did that the whole second half. And it was great to see. That's a good football team across the way there. So, just really proud of that group.
You got that late interception at the end of the first half, and how big was that just to get momentum back on your side and all that excitement into the locker room?
Yeah, that was big. You come in, you're getting the ball at a half there, and to keep points off the board was huge for us. So, came up 1 point short.
What was the message at halftime to your team?
We just said have fun. We just said Yeah.
And then in the second half, as we said, your guys just offensively, defensively, such a tremendous job, and you had to be just absolutely thrilled with how your guys responded and played.
Yeah, certainly were. It's like I said, that's a special group in there. They gave us everything they had, and we couldn't ask for anything more out of them.
Obviously, this hurts. Tremendously for the senior class to be so close, but it is a special group, as you said.
It is, yeah. They're going to be hard to replace. We got a lot of shoes to fill coming up next year, and some guys that have put in a lot of work in the weight room and a lot of work in camps, and just making sure that they made their senior year special, and they sure did.
Looking back at the season, what a great season for the GreenWave.
It was, yeah. Like I said, to start 1-3 and then rally off 5 of your last 6 was pretty important, pretty special, and I just thought every week we kept getting better. We kept coming to practice, wanting to be there, wanting to get better, and it was just an unbelievable group.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, I just love these guys. I'm proud of East Grand Forks. I'm proud of our community, and they've definitely bought into us, and we appreciate all their support.
Coach, congratulations on a great season. Hell of a game tonight, and hopefully it'll be a great offseason for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for the coverage.
Yep. Thank you. And obviously, one of the tougher interviews we've done in a post-game show, to just be so close. And like he said, I think, Wyatt, you and I agreed. Maybe that's not a good thing for Coach Kosowski to go for 2, but he was the right call. You get that. You go for a win to knock off the number 2 ranked team in the state. And we'll just leave it at that, and no more commentary on what happened on the play. But, so hats off to the GreenWave on a fantastic season, a great group of seniors, and it's a season that they'll be in a game they'll probably be remembering for a long time.
Absolutely. No, you go for 2. You just do. I will argue anybody who disagrees, especially in high school football, don't put that on a kicker in that spot. You go for 2, you win the game, you know what I mean? And I can't...
In all honesty, they should have had a second chance.
So it is what it is. Great season. A lot of emotion, a lot of raw emotion. It's still all very fresh down there for Coach Kosowski and his boys. So they fall 7-6 here in the section championship. Going back to our stats for you here in this game. We mentioned the team stats, going over the individual numbers for East Grand Forks. Carpenter through the air was 5 for 8, 48 yards, did have the 1 interception. Caleb Schmiedeberg on the trick play was 0 for 1 with an interception as well. The receiving core was made up of Sam Schumacher, 2 catches, 20 yards. Damian Bouchard, a catch for 15. Levi Anderson, 1 catch for 8. And Cooper Smith, a catch for 5. Carpenter also punted once for 41 yards. On the ground, a very balanced effort. 17 carries for Schmiedeberg, 38 yards. 14 carries for Drew Carpenter, 39 yards. And 12 carries for Clyde Anderson, 39 yards. He also had the touchdown there on the 4th and goal play to set up the opportunity to win the game with that 2-point conversion. For Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton, they really never had the ball in the second half. They had it for the entire first half. The game kind of flipped. It was a tale of two halves. Owen Leach was 5 for 7 for 82 yards. He threw an interception in this game. The receiving core, 3 catches, 52 yards for Brody O'Keefe, 1 catch, 22 yards for Drew Shealy, and a catch for 8 for Caleb Johnson. Leach also punted the ball 4 times for 89 yards. On the ground, the lead rusher, as he has been all year, Jordan Summers, went for 68 yards on 16 carries, had their only touchdown in the game. They had a solid effort out of the fullback, the sophomore Casey Majeski, 5 carries, 19 yards, a carry for 9 yards for Caleb Johnson. He had a couple carries for 3 yards for Brody Friend, and then 1 carry for negative 10 yards for Nick Wally, and 7 carries for negative 11 yards for Owen Leach. That was their rushing performance here in the win, and Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton, they will represent Section 8 in Class 3A, and they will be off to the state tournament next week. Our final score, 7-6, Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton gets the win. East Grand Forks ends their season 6-5. We'll have the story, we'll have the coaches' comments, we will have the pictures, we will have stats, all that and more on our website, KROXAM.com, later on tonight, so be looking there for that later this evening. For Tom Lezon, for Bo Melby, Chris Fee, this is Wyatt Morrell. I think we'll just leave it there and sign off. Quickly looking actually at our draft scoreboard update. I suppose we should run through that. Footableville Trammy beat Black Duck 46-14 in the Section 6 9-man final. Section 8 9-man final. It was Kitson County Central over Goodrich Grigla 35-20. Monoman Waban, they're off to state in Section 8A, beating Red Lake County by a final score of 32-0. And then in this one, 7-6, Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton. The best game of the night, save the best for last. They get a win 7-6 over East Grand Forks. The Wild, they were down 3-0 last time we checked. I'll assume that's a loss for them, as we'll quickly pull that one up. We'll have Crooks and Pirate football tomorrow in the Section 8 AA Championship. They did lose to the Kraken, by the way, 4-0 did the Wild. So be listening for Crooks and Pirate football tomorrow night as they take on Barnesville back here at the Fargodome. We will have the pregame show at 7:20 and the opening kickoff at 8 o'clock as the Pirates try to take down the Barnesville Trojans and advance to the state tournament. Going to be a good one. Going to be a fun day. A long day here at the Fargodome. Hope you enjoyed all the coverage and the action. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. This is Wyatt Morrell signing off. You've been listening to Section 8 Class 3A Section Tournament Football on KROX.